All right, here we go. Not for broadcast. As for any news about you joining the Minecraft server, I mean, I am Fungus is a pretty busy dude. Fungus has been helping out SG with some projects, a lot of unbelievable the amount of projects they've been working on. And again, I mean, Fungus is right here, so that's why I was wondering if we could get it figured out right now. But again, I will send Fungus another message because there's too many things going on at once, you know? I that's all I can say. But anywho, let's get into the game. There we go. Not for broadcast. Here we go. I'm excited. Paradise. Wait a minute. The song is so weird.
Good evening, I'm Megan Wolf.
And I'm Jeremy Jones. Our main headlines tonight.
Starting!
Here we go!
Single one of you's a bit Jesus.
What a wild ride this has been. Well, that's a very blunt question.
Advance is lying to you.
Alright.
Friends and neighbours.
Are we ready to go?
And have confidence that the team will keep you safe.
I'm nervous.
But now you start to see, yes? The people never
Oh yeah.
happy.
We're gonna turn
Never
off the
enough.
alerts. Alright, so I'm gonna set the pin up now. Pin
Cannot believe you, Ellen.
alert down.
Are you saying that Advance have
Alerts.
cured death?
Will
Jog
be
off.
off
Still vassal slaves, we're just in prettier cages.
for
Oh, Megan,
the learning
we're only getting started.
portion of the.
Good evening, I'm Megan Wolf.
And I'm Jeremy Jones. Our main headlines tonight.
Okay,
Starting!
there we go. Alright.
Every single one of you's a bit Jesus.
Alrighty.
Wild ride this has been.
Now let me do one more
Well,
thing.
that's a very blunt question.
Very blunt.
Advance is lying to you.
Let me actually turn off the sound alerts. Just so I genuinely I would want to make content of it, but I understand, you know, if things don't work that way. But I genuinely do want to be immersed into the game, and the sound alerts are definitely gonna push me off from that. But here we go.
It never
Play,
enough.
and then we just do the campaign. Here we go. Name of the game.
Cannot believe you.
3, 3, 2, 1, 6. News.
Are you saying that Advance have cured death?
Jog
Okay.
off.
Story mode. Experience the story without
Still
stress.
vassal slaves, we're just in
Non-broadcast
prettier
mechanics are
cages.
off. Viewers are very forgiving.
Oh, Megan, we're only getting started.
It was designed to feel like
Good
the
evening, I'm Megan Wolf.
you're making
And I'm
live
Jeremy
TV,
Jones. Our main
but
headlines
if
tonight.
some aspects of the game are affecting the experience, we don't. Okay, then we'll just do story mode. Let's go, story mode.
That's all coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
Jesus, it's very loud. Hang on. I'll turn it down for now. Jesus Christ. I have it all the way down for you guys. Like, literally, my volume is at, like, 37. Minus 37. God damn. Alright, let's mess with the audio. Jesus. Alright, day one, the election. Alright, here we go. Alright, I'm paused. Great. Let's see. Music all the way off at this point. I want to have this, maybe just TV screens, like, master volume, maybe we'll put master volume at, like, a 55. Alright. There we go. Alright, where do I go? Turn right? Alright.
Hi, David. I have a call for you. I'm just putting it through.
All right, mate. Dave here. Listen, I know you've only come in to clean up the place, but I've got a bit caught up, so you're going to have to run the news tonight. Now, don't worry. It's not hard, and I'm going to stay on the phone and help you. First, I'm going to give you a quick tour of the broadcast room, so if you're not doing it already, look forwards towards all those screens. Right, look up at the top. That coloured bar is your audience. You want to keep the viewers going up and not down.
No, down.
Underneath that, you've got the screens. The one on the right is the broadcast screen. That's what the viewers are seeing at home. It's only a couple of seconds behind the master screen there in the middle. That's the one you control. Now, the four small screens on the left show the different signals coming from the studio. And you can choose between them using the numbered buttons on the vision mixer at the bottom left.
Okay.
Don't worry. I'll talk you through it and you'll pick it up in no time.
Hopefully I don't have to censor anything, at least starting right now.
These plugs control everything in the studio. I've left them set up for you, so provided you haven't fiddled with them, all you have to do now is throw the master trip switch and we're in business. Once you've got the power on, face the front again. You can see on the broadcast screen that we're in the end titles for the show before us. Fortunately, they go on for fucking ages, so there's plenty of time for me to explain. Right, okay,
oh shit. Okay. Alright.
Look down under the desk.
Alright, what's this?
See a load of videotapes on the left.
Yeah.
They're your adverts. Pick any three and load them into the machines on the right.
Alright.
When you've done that,
Alan James. Crazy now. Yeah, Crazy now. Go first, and then come to Bumley.
Right, won't be long now till the signal starts coming through from the station. Stay on your toes. All the bigwigs are in tonight because of the election, so we better not make any mistakes.
Right. Let me know if the audio is good or if I'm like if the game is too loud on me or.
You know, seafood makes me go out in pustules.
Yeah, I thought it might increase our viewing figures.
Every day. You offer me prawns every day.
10 seconds, everybody. That's how I show love.
You're trying to kill me.
And yet you persist. Going in 5, 4.
But now, it's time to join Jeremy Donaldson.
Good
Alright,
evening.
thank you, Dr.
I'm
Dad.
Jeremy Donaldson. Our main stories tonight.
Okay, we're all good. Next thing is going to be to throw the news titles on
Where's that?
screen 2. There'll be a countdown, but I'll count you in as well. Just
Alright.
relax, mate. It's all gravy.
Where do I put it?
He's totally independent and corners the flowered market. Top chat. Sports fans everywhere celebrate as popular footballer Johnny Hams leaves, wins sports personality and a spoonful of sugar. Meg, a spoonful of sugar. Meg, the medicated.
Fuck. I did it wrong. I did it wrong. I thought. Okay. Well, CKPG News. It's fine.
Lovely, mate. Next thing is to throw back to Jeremy with button 1 when that curve in the middle shrinks down and vanishes.
What the fuck is going on over there? He's got makeup. Alright.
Here it comes. Switch to screen 1. Lovely, mate.
But first,
That was not great.
and it's a decisive win for Advance. The landslide victory, with an astonishing 81% of the popular vote, is the biggest election win.
EOB no
in
signal.
Advance appealed to voters up and down the country with their bold promises of
What am I
permanent
doing?
change. But critics have accused him of a severe
I don't
lack
know what
of
I'm
actual
doing.
policies and of being deliberately vague. The opposition parties have all conceded defeat to Advance's overwhelming mandate, but have yet to appear publicly. However, former Home Secretary
Right, it's
Jeffrey
going well. All you've got to do now is play the advert at the end of the segment. Make sure you don't play it too early or we'll all get fired. Now the clock at the top is counting you down to the advert. When it reaches zero, press one of the 3 play ad buttons over there at the bottom right.
All right,
I normally play
perfect.
the first one at the first break and so on, but you can play them in any order you want. I'll count you into it as well,
All right,
but
all right.
keep your eye on the clock.
All right.
to hear the co-leaders accept
4,
defeat.
3, 2, 1.
Advert.
1 minute back, everybody. Jeremy, I need you to finish the ads.
What? Why?
Wanker Snatch is running late. I thought I'd ask him about the election.
Personally, I wouldn't try to confuse him with any big words.
That's the same policy we use with you. I thought that was our little secret. It's all right, he doesn't remember anything I tell him.
I'm deeply uncomfortable with your burgeoning friendship.
This is like, this is scary, dude.
Wicked. We made it to the first ad break.
Alright.
You're doing great, mate. But this is where it starts
Thanks,
getting
mate.
trickier. This next sequence is what we call a multicam sequence because you're going to be cutting between multiple cameras to keep things interesting.
It's like Five Nights at Freddy's.
Taste, but here's 3 good rules of thumb.
Okay.
1. Try and keep the shot on whoever is doing the talking. 2. Don't stay on the same shot for too long. 10 seconds at the most. So if you're on the person who's talking, try and throw in the odd reaction shot.
That's crazy. That's actually pretty
Try and
creepy.
wide shot for a bit,
I
just
can
to
see
keep
the
it
word.
interesting. 3.
Don't-
Don't stay on reaction shots for too
Yeah,
long.
don't stay on the reaction
A couple
shots
of
for too long.
seconds is usually enough. Then the audience want to see who's doing the talking, yeah? Stick to these rules and you'll be fine. It's not as complicated as it sounds. You've seen programs on television,
Okay.
haven't you?
Yeah.
Make it look like those.
I got
Nice
it,
bit
I got
screen
it.
one selected now. No need to wait for the broadcast to start. Try and stay ahead, mate.
Alright.
We're coming back from the break. Quiet in the studio.
Thank you so much.
10 seconds.
Toilet
everybody.
chair.
Going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Later, we'll be hearing from shock election winners Advance. But first,
Get ready to go to Megan on screen 4.
is here with a star of both stage and screen. Megan?
Thank you, Jeremy. Megan Wolf, culture correspondent. And today I
fucked up,
who
okay.
starred in everything from Shakespeare to
Right,
the
go to
shop
Blunderclatch on screen 3 when she says his name.
by none other than Lawrence Blunderclatch. Thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, my dear, I do hope you believe me when I tell you that being with you here today is among
Switch to 2 for the wide now.
May I say, having you here with us is among ours.
Right, now just try and stay on whoever's talking.
Latest movie, which is called The Medicated.
The Medicated, yes.
Wow, what was that like?
Well, as I said to Peter at the Rat, that's Peter Jensen.
Have a good night.
Give us a look at Megan's
Tyler.
reaction. Lovely. Now back to Thunder Twat.
I've worked with him on several movies, all terribly successful. I said to Peter, what a wild ride this has been. And you know what, Megan? I really meant that.
Wow, that is fantastic. And am I right in saying that the character you play in this movie is quite an academic one?
Absolutely right. A scientist.
Was that a challenge at all?
What exactly are you implying? But seriously, yes, you're right. It was a complete departure from my last starring role when I played Sergeant Brock Rockman in Bullet Man. You'll remember that that was the true story.
Been on that show a bit long.
Fight for a love that surpasses all others. A love, of course, for freedom. I think it's grossed over $1 billion, but honestly, who's counting?
It's a role that saw you scoop 2 Best Actor awards, if I remember correctly.
It's so sweet of you to mention it, but I really am not in it
Alright.
for the awards.
We're kind of getting it. We're kind of
Those
getting it.
3 little statues do take pride of place on my mantelpiece.
With all the others, I'm sure. So, if you're not doing it for the awards, what is it then that drives you?
That is a beautiful question, Megan, and not easy to answer. Like you, I'm afraid. Cut me, and I will bleed. And often,
Okay.
that's how it feels, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Bleeding, doesn't it? Giving, suffering for one's audience. I suppose in the end, I do it for the difference it makes. I do it for the people that I inspire. The little people. But most of all, I think I do it
All
for
right.
the positive change that I can bring about in the world.
And today, of course, we're in for some real change, it looks like, in the coming few months. What do you make of this historic election result?
Oh, well. Well, now you're asking. Historic election result. Indeed. Historic is the word. Well, it's difficult, isn't it? Very difficult. But,
Remember the 10-second rule.
Shut up.
Clear that when it comes to politics, that one should always strive to not fuck things up.
Shit, he swore. Oh, well, don't worry, he won't do it again.
I said fuck.
Shit, he did it again. Okay, don't panic. I'll explain how to deal with swearing at the break.
Medicated, which opens next week
Right,
around
they've
the
swapped the
country.
shot of Jeremy on screen 1 for a VT of the
Okay.
movie clip. You'll get a countdown on the screen,
Okay.
but I'll just let Megan cue you in.
My character, Dr. Lance Hemlock, is faced with a decision that could affect humanity's very survival.
Exciting stuff. Let's take a look. Exciting stuff.
Oh, looks like Blunderclatch is really losing it in the studio. I'd love to hear what he's saying, but we can't find out now. We'll go to the Rushes room together once
All
the
right.
broadcast's over.
I don't understand.
Perfect. Perfect.
It's not your fault.
You think I don't know that?
What the hell?
Nolans, we mustn't think of Carol.
All right.
Dr. Lance to you, Miss Flanagan.
Miss Oh. Miss Flanagan. This is terrifying.
All for you.
Because I'm like actually like running the news, so it's like if I hit number 2, it's just, the entire broadcast is just gonna have no signal.
But I didn't listen.
It's so freaky, but I love it genuinely.
See this.
So far,
Look at this.
I don't want to watch this anymore. Oh, I didn't see that. What happened? Oh, I think just we're getting more viewers.
The sterility. This form there, this is the key.
We could stop it all.
Yes, we could stop it all.
We should stop it all.
We have to ask ourselves.
At the end of the clip, you'll want to play another ad.
All right.
Remember to use the clock at the top to count you in.
Alright, it's fine, it's fine. Like, I can't click anything, so... There we go.
Right, I guess I better explain how to deal with bleeping
Alright.
out swear words. As you've probably noticed, the broadcast screen, here, is about 2 seconds behind the master screen, here. When someone says a naughty word, the bleep button lights up, like this. 2 seconds later, you'll hear that swear word going out on the broadcast, and you need to hold down the bleep button, or the spacebar on your keyboard, for as long as the swear word lasts.
Oh my
It
god.
can take a bit of practice getting used to hearing 2 things at once.
Yeah.
Just stay calm, and you'll get it. And if you can't tell when to bleep, just above the button, you'll literally be able to see the sound
Yeah,
scrolling
the
by.
voice line.
All you gotta do is hold it down while the red bit is over the red
Okay,
line.
that's...
Simple.
Well, that makes
Of
it
course,
easy,
if you
okay.
do it by eye, you'll have to take your eye off the screens. That's why real professionals do it by ear. Most people
Yeah, do
like
by
to have
ear,
the volume of
crikey.
the broadcast screen a little bit below the master screen. Let's set it now. As you turn it up, you'll hear the advert getting louder.
Ah!
Set to start censoring. Like I say, it takes a little practice, but I'll try and help you through it, and soon we'll have you bleeping like a pro. Remember, button lights up,
Okay.
count 1, 2, and hold it down.
85 minutes from the coast.
I accidentally censored the advertising.
Isn't it time you're
Remember to select screen 1 now that you've got the feed. Don't wait for the broadcast to go live. That's too late. You can use the number
Alright,
buttons on your
that's
keyboard.
fair. That's fair.
Personalities running the country.
Alright, alright.
Seriously,
Had worse. 5, 4, 3.
The hell are
welcome
these?
back. And I'm told we can now go live to Advance headquarters, where the two leaders, Peter Clement and Julia Salisbury, are about to make their acceptance address.
Oh shit, he's pissed.
Shall I
Get ready to
start?
bleep.
Go for it, Pat.
Okay, well, thank you all for coming, and, well,
Oh dear.
where do I start? What a day.
They said we couldn't do
They
it.
certainly did.
They used every dirty, low-down, lying southern bastard trick they had against us. But you, the people, you saw right through their shite.
I'm sorry about the language there.
Sorry about that. I've had a couple of celebratory pints. Makes me coarser than a granny's fanny.
Memorably put.
Alright.
Let's be honest, who can
Yeah,
blame
well, it's a-
Peter for celebrating? Throughout the campaign, you've heard us say that Advance are not a political party. A party is what you have when things are going well. When the country is suffering, you don't need a party. You need a team. A team that can change things. But today is day one of a new
Okay.
future. A better, fairer future. So perhaps we should all be celebrating.
Except for the rich. For them, the party's over. They shouldn't be celebrating. They should be putting their shitting pants on and opening their dusty checkbooks.
Again, colourfully put,
Yeah.
not inaccurate.
Yeah, you have to swap screens.
Before
Yeah.
we came out here to address the nation, we used our executive powers.
Make sure you don't see the naked. Wait, there's naked stuff.
Working with the press office, we have produced a
Fuck.
definitive list of every person in the country with wealth into the millions.
You know the sort of probably you already don't. Because the likes of you
Too many
and
things
me
are going on.
not welcome
Alright,
in
whatever,
their
I don't need
gated
that.
communities.
Tomorrow, we will be introducing a sweeping reform of the tax system in this country. No more hiding wealth offshore.
Okay, so it's
no more
blurry, alright.
trust funds or
Because there was like no
cooperative
streamer mode on here,
Simpler,
so that's why I was like,
fairer, unavoidable set of tax laws.
So all you bastard public school snobs have got nowhere to hide. And earlier today, we revoked your passports.
oh my.
Come back. You want to leave like you threatened before the election? That's fine. But first,
Well, yeah, the content rating is because there's like, very suggested scenes
Advance
or
are
whatever.
going to turn this country from a nation of warring individuals into a team. To properly fund
But
health and
nothing
education.
too horrible. I mean, people are
to raise
streaming
the
this
living
game, so.
standards of us all.
the pundits said we'd have to raise billions. But you'll see when we've reclaimed what's ours, that's absolute ferret shite. So to you posh twats,
The people who pay you a pittance to serve them drinks in their private clubs. The people whose children you raise.
so they
Like, it's impossible to talk while also focusing on
Advance have
this.
to say to you.
it ends today.
We are coming for your
Got some
sports
suggested
cars
skin
and your
seats too.
mansions and your vineyards.
It ends today.
We will put the wealth of this country back where it should have always been, in the hands of the people who created it.
It ends today.
Yes, it ends today. And tomorrow, we'll start
Okay.
making it fair again, just like we promised we would.
And until then, ladies and gents, I suggest we all get pissed.
I can't argue with that. Thank you for your time.
Well, an interesting acceptance speech there from the leaders of Advance. And our apologies for the fruity language. Hopefully, we got that bleeped out for you in time. If
Okay.
not, someone's going to be in trouble.
Yeah. Me.
So, as the country braces itself for new government, that's all from us this evening at the National Nightly News.
Oh, that's it?
We'll be back tomorrow
All
with
right.
full coverage of the first day
Ooh.
of Advance. I'm Jeremy Donaldson.
Hey.
Have a peaceful night.
Right, looks like you've got it now. Thanks for all the help, mate.
No, no, I
There
would,
is a
I would
family.
love you.
We won't be coming back. Job's yours, mate. Good luck.
No, I'd love your help.
Politics then?
Is this some weird fever dream?
Oh,
I'm
homie, no,
dying.
please.
You should be so lucky.
I desperately need your help.
Not coming for a drink?
No, got a date.
Lucky you. Try not to get murdered.
Oh, broadcast. Oh, yeah, broadcast complete. Okay.
When the program's finished, you'll get a broadcast report. It's 3
I got a
pages.
good one,
This
yeah, yeah.
first page shows you how well the broadcast went. Each
That was
sequence
horrible.
and an overall grade. Remember,
I can't imagine doing any better than the way I did today.
boss happy. If you want to know more about how it went, select more info. If not, select continue to move to the next page.
Alright, give me more info.
Right, this is an optional section for when you really want to understand what happened during the show. You got a graph there showing you what the audience did.
An
there.
interference-free show.
And of course,
An
you
exceedingly
really
poor
need
edit.
the details
Okay.
if you want to get better at making TV. I never came here never
Uh,
once.
Oh, Jesus. Alright, let's just move on.
Right, this is the important
A generous bonus. I'm broke ass poor. Oh no, I'm broke.
But you don't own any fucking shares. You're a cleaner, for God's sake, so why would you care?
Damn, this game is so
This is the
mean.
last page, and it tells you the state of the world, tells you how well the government's doing, and down the bottom there, this one's important, tells you what Channel 1 currently thinks of you. In other words, what the boss thinks.
Alright, well, perfect. Alright. Well, in that case, we'll be back right after the break. And by right after the break, I'm just going to check on my mom, who I think came into the door. And if she didn't, I'm going to sit back down in like 10 seconds. She is. I'm going to go check on her. I'll be back. Ugh. Okay. We are back. I think I'm gonna just leave sound alerts off. I don't think I could focus with the sound. Yeah, we'll put sound. Oh yeah, we'll put sound alerts back on. Unpin this message. There we go. We'll put sound alerts back on, but I am genuinely gonna be sure that these sound alerts are gonna fuck me up royally.
Alright, mate. Welcome to the archive. This is where you can have a quick look back at what you've done and how it looked to the public. There's
Alright.
3 sections: broadcast, rushes, and adverts.
What's a
Let's
rush?
start with broadcast. Click on it now. Over on the left, that's all the broadcasts that you've done. Click on any one of them and hit load tape. Once it's finished loading, you can use the rewind and the fast forward at the
Alright.
bottom there to help you get to the bit you want to see.
I know I did like a huge fuck up thing at the beginning. Oh my god.
And, of course,
Yeah, that's what I did. Right there. So that's what I was talking about before. Is that you could just be talking and then you accidentally hit the button because you're so freaked out in it.
And, of course, we'll be going live to Advance Headquarters to hear what the leaders of this fledgling party
I want to see what the... Alright.
But first, the votes are in, and it's a decisive.
Yeah, that was pretty...
The votes are in. But first, the
Alright.
votes are in, and it's a decisive win.
Back up.
Right. Click on rushes and let's have a look at those.
What's a rush?
Right. This is the rushes room. It's pretty simple. The 4 screens you can see, they're going to show you the 4 signals you got from the studio during the actual broadcast. Difference is you can mute any combination of them so you can have a listen to the stuff you weren't allowed to show. Select the broadcast and give it a go. And when you're done listening to the backstage secrets, hit back.
Oh!
Apparently he's been drinking since lunchtime.
Christ, he's a liability at the best of times.
I know. God help whoever has to bleep this. 10 seconds, everybody.
I mean, a lawyer and a TV personality running the country. Seriously?
We've had worse. 5, 4...
Oh, yeah, and who?
Everybody.
A
I mean,
lawyer.
a lawyer and a TV personality running the country.
A lawyer and a TV personality. God damn, dude. Alright, let's go to adverts. Adverts, I think, is just, yeah, gonna show me all the things that we did. Alright. Let's continue. Okay, I'm ready for day 2. Here we go. 3. Okay, never mind. Skip the day. You arrive home to find one letter catches your eye. The team wants to know you. Okay, curiosity gets the better of you and you open it. I didn't know about this part. I only knew a little. The most I knew about the game was literally just the news part. I didn't know anything else here. It's a form from the new advanced government asking for information on all citizens. Your first page is filled in already. Well, you means they got the basics right. Okay. Alright, question 1. Upon starting a new job, you would... Upon starting a new job, ease yourself in and orient yourself with your new workplace. A colleague in a different department has confided in you that they've been having home confidential information. They've been taking home confidential information. Oh, okay. Now a new file of minor importance has gone missing. An entire department was fired today for consistent underperformance. Your boss has put in place new targets that are significantly higher than the previous ones. You would stay to ensure you hit the first deadline. It's the annual company barbecue, and you and your family have been invited. From the talent contest. What the fuck? Go if you're free, but you wouldn't mind missing. Are you... Yeah, enjoying a nice day out with friends and family. You've had a long, successful career and now are about to retire. In your speech, you would list your achievements, give an honest review of the pros and cons of your company. No, focus on issues and challenges. No, good memories of working there. In your spare time, you play in your local sports team. No, encourage and support your children with their hobbies. Attend political rallies. Nope. Like to relax home alone, doing things like, okay, yeah, or making models. Okay, whatever. Your ideal holiday getaway. All right. Structured day out at a theme park. Exploring somewhere unfamiliar, discovering new experiences and challenges. Yeah, sure, that one. It is most important that keeps the government keeps people safe. All right, cool. Day 4, 5, 6, 7, 6. Family matter. Okay, cool. Oh, okay, here we go. No, okay, more reading. All right. It's late. Sam and the kids have gone to bed. You're just drying up a favorite coffee cup and a worn-out souvenir of your first trip together. The print's faded, but the goofy face still makes you smile. There in the garden, clutching a gaudy neon green suitcase, is Chris, Sam's sibling. As soon as you let him in, they sit at the kitchen table and they're obviously stressed. Chris, sorry for bursting in late, Alex. Chris stammers, but I need a favor and you're the only one I can ask. Sure, what's going on? You must have seen all the crazy advanced stuff. The Assets and Wealth Act, they're calling it. People harbor... They're taking people's hard-earned money to fund the lazy. It's bullshit. You've never seen Chris so agitated. I'm not saying the top 1% or whatever don't have stupid money. Precisely. But they can afford it. People like me, we're going to lose everything. But taking from the rich to help the poor doesn't sound so bad. That's awful, but I need to borrow your passport. My passport? Why? They've taken mine and half the bloody country's, but people always say you and I look similar. So Chris is pacing now. I need to leave before it's too late. Once I'm out, me and my money will be safe, but I need to go now before they freeze my accounts. Please, Alex. Alright. Alright, it's upstairs in the safe. Nothing. Alright, good luck. There you go. It's infectious. Thanks, I really appreciate this. I'll get back in touch once I'm safely out of the country. Alright. I like the song of the game. Alright, here we go. Now we got some news. There we go. Oi! Yeah, crikey. Alright, Dave.
First of all, let's get the power on. You need to get at least the bottom 4 plugs on. Right, let's load up the adverts. You might want to have a bit of a think about it. Your decisions have consequences, don't they?
An elegant new skin cream with a porky twist. Alright. It's coming soon to a medium-sized haul near you. Yes. Whatever.
Right, you can see they finally got the old headline system up and working again. The Navision mixer's already in headline mode.
Wait, where's headline?
Headlines always come at the start. It's really simple, mate. These 2 buttons at the bottom of the Vision mixer.
A and B.
You can see they now have A and B on them. And they're to help you pick image A on the left bottom screen here, or image B on the right bottom screen here. It's really simple. This little clock here will count down the number of seconds you have to make your decision. Now you're in auto headline mode, so if you don't bother to pick a photo before that clock runs out, the machine's just going to pick one at random for you.
Alright, good.
I just want to say one more thing, mate. The pictures you choose to show of these people, well, that's how the public is going to perceive them, and that's going to affect their lives. So like with the adverts, choose carefully. And we're off. Good luck, mate. If I get time, I'll call you back in the next break. Yeah, I'm coming, darling.
Snuggle hugs?
That's the bastard.
Yeah, I wouldn't get one of those. My friend Janet says theirs gets really hot.
Is this Janet who thinks dogs have their own secret language?
Yeah, the one that mistrusts the moon.
10 seconds, everybody.
Not the best source of consumer advice, then.
Don't blame me when
I forgot how to turn on the
5,
intro.
4, 3.
Good evening, I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Our main headlines tonight. Destination unknown. At the end of Advance's first full week in office, we ask exactly who's leading this charge. Tonight, I'll be discussing what the new future might hold with a leading economist and radical free thinker. With the country's wealth creators in a state of panic and unfavorable rumblings already heard from overseas, I'll be asking my guess whether Advance can deliver even a fraction of their manifesto promises. Out with the old, Remington's Fist have appointed Sophia Remington as their new CEO. The following photo, taken from our archive, gives us a sense of this influential young firebrand who, at the tender age of 23,
I can't see it.
becomes the youngest female CEO in history.
Oh.
Sophia Remington has always...
That could have been really bad.
She was top of her class at university and graduated with the highest honours.
I can barely see them.
To lecture. The markets have responded favourably to Sophia's appointment, with stocks rising 30 points in light of the announcement. In her first press conference this afternoon, Sophia announced a children's toy named Mr. Snugglehugs. Sophia promises it'll be all the rage this Christmas, but concerns have been raised about the product's safety. Making a splash. Intrepid scientist Dr. David Wong and marine biologist Ingrid Swarsborgen-Horgensford have today set off to explore Dante's Taint. The recently discovered cave system was previously thought unreachable, but thanks to a new breakthrough in underwater flower technology, the pair hope to successfully reach the imposing central cavern and the undiscovered plant species it contains. This is, of course, only the latest in a series of successful expeditions for this unlikely pairing. In a joint statement about the dangers their team might face, the pair stated, "We will face the plentiful challenges together like we always have." Playing the field, rumours abound as sporting legend Johnny Hamsleeves is snapped, leaving...
Well, obviously, I'm not going to get the barfing one.
The footballer was caught while out celebrating being named Sports Personality of the Year last week, as reported by this very programme. Johnny is seen here with socialite and performance artiste Tiffany Lamore, whose recent show, Snatched Inside My Snatch, has kept her firmly in the public eye. Could romance be on the cards for these two budding A-listers? And Griever's bodily charm. With Advance promising a radical new position on crime, how afraid should we actually be? I'll be going live around the country to talk with people who've seen the criminal justice system from every perspective. With more and more people saying they're scared to walk the streets alone at night, could this be exactly the right time for Advance's new approach? All that and Megan Wolf with a group of young actors who are already experiencing the positive side.
I hit the wrong button. Alright, that's fine.
They'll be talking and performing later. That's all coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
Hey.
In the wake of the government's swift enactment of the Assets and Wealth Act, we're talking about Advance's first week.
I should have done the other one.
Holds. Joining me are Katie Brightman, a leading economist, and Alan James, author of Alan James is Right, The Free Man's Guide to Waking Up. Alan, the government certainly haven't dragged their heels on delivering some of the legislation they promised. But what does the Wealth Act mean for us?
Nothing, Jeremy. We're still vassal slaves, we're just in prettier cages.
A confident dismissal there. Katie Brightman, do you agree?
I'm afraid I don't, no. I think that Advance have realised that the current economic system of unlimited, unending growth is untenable, so they're changing things up.
There I agree with you. They're moving to the next steps in the grand plan.
Grand plan, Alan?
It's all in my book. Alan James is right, Jeremy.
Oh my
We're to become
God.
the great herd. Ignorant, sterile, and short-lived. That's what they want.
Or perhaps Advance have just realised that if we carry on the way we are, we will destroy ourselves and this planet in a mad orgy of consumption. Excuse the colourful metaphor.
Yes, orgy is the right word. Only it'll be the overlords having an orgy on our poor broken backs. It's all in my book. Alan James is...
Shamelessly self-promoting? Katie, how do you think the rest of the world will respond to this new approach?
I think they're watching carefully. Advance are the most disruptive threat.
I'm really messing up, but we're getting somewhere.
Yes, Katie's right. War is inevitable.
Thank you, but that isn't
And this will not be a war like we've ever seen before. We're talking millions of deaths. We're talking high-tech weapons that can level entire cities. We're talking...
Out of the wrong orifices?
Mock me all you like, Jeremy, but when they murder your parents and they poison your food and they take you away to their camps for hypno-brainwashing, we'll be laughing then.
That might be a great way to sell books, Alan, but you know full well that isn't going
God damn
to
it,
happen.
I'm hitting the wrong buttons.
Democracy is dead.
Yes, Advance are radical, and change is always frightening, but the truth is that the Wealth and Assets Act has made more than 90% of the population wealthier and is on target to produce a permanent end to poverty.
Bollocks! What this young lady doesn't understand, Jeremy, is that
Fuck.
these are the same people. Maybe they've rebranded, but it's all a little circus act to keep us from seeing the tyrant behind the curtain.
That's where you're wrong, Alan. For a start, they've mobilised the youth vote like we've never seen before.
You say mobilise, I call it grooming. The grooming of an entire generation to walk happily into
I'm so
eternal
confused. I heard
bondage.
griming.
They're like psychic
Or grooming.
pedophiles.
Grooming. Fuck.
Based on the facts. Katie, what are your predictions?
The Assets and Wealth Act is only the first step. Advance now have a historic budgetary surplus, and as well as properly funding our public services, they're already funneling unprecedented amounts into scientific research and the arts.
Or, as I call them in my book, Frankenscience and opiates. Like opiates, see?
Can we get back to the issue at hand, please, Alan?
This is the issue. It's all coming from the water, the chemicals. They're pumping it full of belief juice.
Don't get me wrong, I want to see these changes, but only if they're sustainable. If Advance lose their power after spending half of our GDP on dismantling
Okay,
infrastructure...
I'm just gonna be quiet. That's all I can do. I can't talk
They're
and
succeeding. They've got us sat
focus.
here talking about their puppet show.
All right, we're running out of time. Quickly, Alan, what does the future look like to you?
A bleak space where we've all been figuratively sodomized into submission.
No, of course. Katie?
We might be on the eve of a brave new world. God knows we need some change, but we need to be cautious. Let's walk forwards with our eyes open.
Two very different visions of the future there. Alan James, Katie Brightman, Thank you for joining me. When we come back, I'll be investigating law and order before Meghan meets some beneficiaries of the Assets and Wealth Act. That's all coming up tonight on the National Nightly News.
1 minute back.
You know, I think they might do some...
I missed it. I missed it. Oh,
How much are
fuck.
you being paid by them then?
Shut the fuck up, Alan. I've
Ah!
never heard so much shit in my life.
Well, we'll see who's full of shit, won't we?
Alan, I can explain it to you, but unfortunately, I can't understand it for you.
Well, I don't know what she meant by that.
Fucking flying.
How's it going? Actually, fuck it, I don't care. I hate the fucking news. Oh, bloody hell, I love this tune, though. All right, mate, see you later, bye.
I'm just saying I'll do what I can, that's all.
I love that guy. I
Good, you know she is.
I've said a bit of word, and that's all I can do.
10 seconds, everybody.
Jesus.
If that sticks, I'll destroy you.
4, 3.
Welcome back. In our second segment, we're going to be taking a deep dive into the state of law and order in our country. Advance have already tasked what they're calling a solutions team to move this serious social problem to the top of the list. Tonight, we go behind the headlines to meet the people who live with the criminal justice system every day of their lives. First up, we have Gregory Judge, a lawyer who sees the problems close up on the front line. Can you hear me, Gregory?
Yes, I've got you, Jeremy. Thanks for having me.
What's it like on the front line of the hard face of the cold hand of justice?
Well, as you can imagine, Jeremy, we are massively understaffed in this country. We're working every hour we can just to try and cope with the caseloads on our desks.
Which must affect the quality of support you can offer.
Well, we can barely keep up with demand, Jeremy. There just simply isn't enough being done at a systemic level to relieve the problem. We need more support from ministers. What are you doing? We need change at a structural level, Jeremy.
Leaving.
What do I do? Oh, he's leaving. Oh, no.
Never is it? I'll be at my mother's.
Just hang on. The problem isn't a local one, Jeremy. It's nationwide. Just give me 5 minutes. I'm talking to Jeremy Donaldson.
Oh, have you mentioned your affairs?
No. Well, the affairs of the justice.
What am I supposed to do? Just leave it on here?
About
Hello, Mr. Donaldson.
I was.
Hello, Mrs. Judge.
We need legislation to relieve the pressure on our public
Sorry
servants.
to interrupt the news, Mr. Donaldson. Can I have a moment to tell my husband I'm leaving him?
Yes, I totally understand. Quite the picture of a burdened legal sector there. Gregory Judge, thank you for joining us. Next, I'm joined by Police Chief Constable Bob Peel, a man with a very different perspective on our nation's crime. Do you think there's a problem with the system, Bob?
I'm sure we all do, Jeremy. I'm sure we all long for a return to the days when you could safely walk the streets of your community at night, looking in through windows and generally enjoying your neighbours without the risk of being terrorised by some thug with a knife. Or kosh.
So you feel the streets simply aren't safe anymore? Where have we gone wrong, Bob?
Well, that's not a simple question, Jeremy, but I think it all comes down to moral decay. We've diluted our culture and lost touch with what it means to be a citizen of this once great country. Also, as the vicar noted in Sunday's sermon, we probably shouldn't have banned hanging.
And to what do you attribute this moral decay?
Foreigners, gays and gypsies mainly. It's all in the Bible. Look, Leviticus clearly states that... Oh, bugger, hang on a moment. Jeremy, a bloody gimp's escaped. Delia?
Oh
Delia,
my...
could you give me a little help, please, dear? Delia, could you give me a little help, please? As I was saying, Jesus didn't like immigrants much, did he?
Be clear, you think it's the immigrants who are responsible for the moral decay?
Absolutely, Jeremy. Back in your box, Clive. Back in your box. Delia, I really could use a little help with this.
Oh, sorry, darling. I was spaying the badgers.
Yes, I'm talking to Jeremy Donaldson. Clive, could you put him back in the box?
Oh, Clive, you know it's Wednesday. Back you go. Back in your gimmick space.
And
Off you go.
whose responsibility is it to make a change, Bob?
Well, it is certainly not the responsibility of the decent, good, white people of
Darling,
this...
where's the padlock?
Oh, hold on just a moment.
Oh, Clive, this simply won't do. Naughty, naughty, naughty boy. Mummy said...
I mean, it's getting great ratings.
Mummy said get back in. No! Naughty, you beast!
As I was saying, Jeremy, moral decay.
What the hell, dude?
The criminal, no one else. Look, everyone has a sob story, but we don't all end up as barbarians, do we? Look, when our daughter Alice comes home with an A-, does she go on a killing spree? No, she takes 3 of her pills and hides under the stairs like a normal child.
Thank you, Bob. Bob Peel there, really locking down the police's position on morality for us. And finally tonight, hopefully uninterrupted,
fuck?
it's time to get to the heart of the matter. Tony Dawson has recently been released from prison after serving 3 years for aggravated assault,
The hell,
burglary,
dude?
and menacing a swap. He's agreed to talk to us today, which is also, I believe, his birthday. Many happy returns, Tony.
Cheers, Jez. Call me Titwank Tony. Everybody else does.
No, I'm not going to be doing that. Can you tell us what it's like in prison, Tony?
Titwank Tony. Prison's a mixed bag. Structure's quite nice, but it's a constant battle against institutionalization, as you can imagine.
Fucked that
And
up.
obviously, Titwanks are quite hard to come by.
I'm picking up that you're not alone there, Tony.
Titwank Tony. Yeah, sorry, my friends are throwing me a surprise party. Good bunch of lads.
Okay, well, we're trying to let you get back to that party as soon as possible. First, let me ask you this. Do you feel that your time spent in prison helped to rehabilitate you in any way, Tony?
Titwank Tony. I don't think it's as easy as that, Jez.
Sopen!
Yeah, I think asking that is an oversimplification.
It sounds like it's getting quite busy there, Tony,
Okay.
but let's try and soldier on. Since leaving custody, have you been able to find a new job?
Yeah, all the boys are here. Big Chris, Little Chris, and Vampire Chris.
Vampire Chris. What?
This one's, yeah.
Oh,
One sec, love.
no.
Tony's on the news. Rehabilitation's difficult with the current system, Jez. It's just not set up for it, you know? It's inherently unjust.
So, do you feel tempted to... I'm sorry, who's this guy?
You are joking. Chrissy Free Bollocks has only got Mr. Fancy, oh. Not now, fellas. I'm on the news.
It's
My
It seems
God.
like we've caught you at a bad time.
Yes.
Oh, I can't really hear you, mate. It's getting a bit busy here. Jesus.
Yes, we seem to be losing the signal
No
there, Tony.
fucking way. Let's believe that.
Well, we're just trying to get that signal back. I think we... Yes, Tony? Tony, I mean, you were literally away for 2 seconds. How has this happened, Tony? Can you hear
What
me?
the hell?
Well, we seem to have lost our train of thought there a little. Hopefully you, the viewer at home, have managed to glean a broader understanding of the serious and complex issues around law and order. After the break, Megan will be live with some plucky young thespians.
All right, let's do
Don't go
Alan.
away.
Let's do Alan.
We'll be back after these messages.
Perfect.
Back, everybody.
Oh. Oh, that motherfucker. Okay, never hitting Alan again. I want to replay. Turn down the broadcast. Yeah, yeah.
I'm sure he's on his way. Come on, it's welcome back. How hard can it be? This is on you.
10 seconds, everybody.
Yeah, so never play this one again. I didn't know who Alan James was when it first started.
Going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome's Black. I'm Megan Wolf, and on tonight's Culture Spot, I'll be
Fuck.
chatting with one of the first
Coulda told me
beneficiaries of
that.
the Assets and Wealth Act, a team of inspiring young people from Scritchford Sixth Form College who today received a grant from Advance to take their play, Hey, Friendship, on a tour of local secondary schools. Welcome to you all. Well, let's start with you two, Harriet and Charlotte Winstanley-Hamilton. Girls, you must be thrilled.
We are, Megan. We're overwhelmed, to be honest.
And I believe you two are sisters, is that right?
Yes, Charlotte's my oldest. I'm the older, more popular one.
Only joking.
Harriet and Trey were really the ones who came up with the whole idea.
So, Harry and I were shooting the breeze in the cafeteria, and I said, hey, let's actually do something.
So I went to look for a drama teacher.
But she'd been laid off due to budget cuts. Fortunately, I directed a pantomime when I was at university, so I knew the ropes, as it were.
Right, yes, but you're the maths teacher, aren't you?
Yes, that's me, Jeff Algebra, maths teacher.
Maths is really important.
Oh, thanks, Steve.
Maths is really important.
Yeah, thanks, Steve.
As is theatre. It's one of the oldest art forms in history. Aristotle.
I just think that when we travel around all these problem schools and the poor kids see us, they say, hey, I really want to be like those attractive kids. And that's a very beautiful and powerful thing. We touch our audiences and they touch us right back.
I suppose with a surname like Algebra, there was really only one choice of career for me. My wife, Angela, and I, we often laugh about it.
Angela Algebra.
Yes.
We just want to bring a bit of song and joy into people's lives.
And teach people about the difficult issues. The issues in the play are what really matter.
And I think you're going to be showing us an extract from this play, aren't you?
That's right. To put into context, I play a young first year who's having some troubles at school.
Her character doesn't actually have a name, yeah, because in a way she's like all of us.
It's like a metaphor. Maybe she's you at home, or like, maybe she's you, Megan.
Maths is really important.
Yeah, thanks, Steve.
Put it in, coach.
Yes, thanks, Steve.
Right, well, I'm going to have a little chat with your teacher while you run
Okay.
off and get ready. I can't wait to see it. That's it, that way. So, Jeff, when did you first hear about the grant?
2 days ago. A letter from Advance arrived at the school. Now, the
I
headmaster
threw an apple salty.
thought it was all a prank, but his secretary retrieved it from his bin and brought it to me.
How? How did you react?
I also threw it in the bin.
Oh, fuck.
But then, Harriet and Trey rescued it, and they rang the number at the bottom of the page, and next thing you know, we're on tour.
Wow. Well, I think we can all guess which way you'll be voting from now on.
Fuck
Do you
that.
know what? It's funny, because Angela and I don't usually vote. We're not very political. I'm a mathematician, of course, and she's a paraplegic mainly. But we did used to watch that Peter Clements DIY show back in the day, and so we thought, why not? Let's have a go at this old democracy thing.
Okay.
And here we ballywell are.
Good stuff.
Fucking brilliant!
So, let's have a look at a short section of Hey, Friendship.
Alright.
Dear Diary, I'm not sure I can take another day at this school.
This is impossible.
Another day of tears. Tears. Another day of fears. But still I walk the corridors alone. Alone. Dreading what might be around every corner.
What's around the corner?
What's
I
around
can't.
the corner? What's around the corner? Oh, hi Gary.
Oh, heavens, no! It's Gary the Fist!
Gary the Fist! Going somewhere.
I mean, that's the
this
point.
first year?
It's supposed to be.
I've been looking for some poor victim to bully all morning.
It's supposed to be
But
bad.
This makes me feel better about my violent father. Violent father.
Excuse me, I'm late for maths. It's my favourite subject. And so important.
Maths is for losers.
What?
Maths is for losers.
My arm's stuck, coach.
Keep going, for fuck's sake!
Right.
Oh, shit.
Maths is for losers. Now, give me your lunch money. Double lunch for me today, but why am I only truly happy when I'm eating?
Not today, Gary the Fist. Not today.
What do you mean not today? Who are you? What do you mean not today? My arm's free, coach.
Brilliant, keep going!
Right, who are you to stand up to me? I'm Gary the Fist. And you're just a sad little girl with two gay dads who's all alone.
That's where you're wrong, Gary the Fist. These are my two new friends. Vanessa is captain of the netball team. Yeah. And Blake owns a motorbike.
Yeah. But
The fuck?
But
I'm horrible at this
I
camera
can't
thing.
fight all three of you, and I don't have any friends of my own.
What the hell's this?
Take a look at me. Take a little look at my face. I could be you. She could be you. And you could be me.
Or you could be me.
Life can be cheeky. If you work as a team.
It's my choice to be mean. So stop now, make a different choice.
Listen to that inner voice.
Okay. All right.
Hey, listen up, I won't take no crap. Who said middle class girls can't rap? I ain't afraid of your cruel lads. I'm a mother loving rebel, but I still love maths.
Hey, kids, I'm Gary the Fist. People think the folks like me probably
What the
shouldn't
fuck
exist.
is going on, dude? I'm so like, this feels like I'm on a drug trip.
I grew up on a council estate. The park was hip, but the flats weren't great. My dad used to come home drunk and late, and he'd hit my mum for dinner. He had to wait. Where's my dinner?
It's not ready.
Where's my dinner, woman?
Go.
Don't make me ask you again.
Hitting women is wrong.
I guess life's pretty hard on a council estate.
What the hell is going on?
Hard on a council estate. Life's pretty hard on a council estate. Life's pretty hard on a council estate. Life's pretty
What
hard
the
on a council estate.
fuck?
Life's pretty hard on a council estate. Life's pretty hard on a council estate. It's so damn hard on a council estate.
Life can be peachy keen.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
If you work as a team.
Just work as a team.
It's your choice to be me.
It's my choice.
So stop now, make a different choice.
Listen to that inner voice.
Friendship!
Yes! Oh, oh, oh.
Well, thankfully that's all we have
Oh
time
my
for
God.
tonight on the National Nightly News. Join us tomorrow night for all the headlines from across the country. My name's Jeremy Donaldson. Have a peaceful night.
And we're out.
Oh,
What
Jesus.
the literal fuck was that?
I believe that was art.
I believe I've got a 14-inch cock, but it doesn't make it so.
What the
I just
fuck?
want to believe about an adequate paycheck.
I believe I have a 14-inch cock.
Someone please get these twats out of my studio.
Jesus Christ, that was crazy. Wow. I was very much like terrified I was not gonna beat that like end part there, but that was fun. Continuously up, that's great. Some rude words got in, an interference-free show, adequately edited. That's wonderful. You played one advert too late. I did. Yes, so that's yikes-a-reno. That's fine. A generous bonus. Oh, worrying debt. Okay, good. But yeah, the actors are supposed to be that cringy. I think that's like what the point is. The point is for the actors to be very cringy. Jeez Louise, though, that was... Oh, that was very much something. Anyway, rushes... I want to do the rush for the friendship. Would love to see the rushes for the hey friendship.
Well, where is he? In his dressing room, probably banging his head against the wall. Look, it's alright, I've got this. I'm sure he's on his way. Come on, it's welcome back. How hard can it be? This is on you.
10 seconds, everybody. We're going to open on Megan, camera 2. Going in 5,
Oh, okay.
4, 3.
Welcome's Black. I'm Megan Wolf, and on tonight's Culture Spot, I'll be chatting with one of the first beneficiaries of the Assets and Wealth Act.
Oh my god. Alright, so I definitely got to pay attention more to the screens because they were like, yeah, be on camera 2, don't be on camera 1. I love this game. This is actually like really cool. Oh, this is where we were before. Hang on. I do want to go back to the Fallout though.
Take a look at what's in store tonight on Channel 1. Kicking off our evening schedule is a retrospective of the best moments.
Nah, you know what? Screw it. I know that this is like way too long of a thing, so let's just move on. But I know that was a fucking insane show because we went from like that was way too much stuff at once. But here we go. Day 15. A late night. Am I going directly into the news? No, I'm not. Okay. You get to the theater slightly early and Sam's already there waiting, dressed to the nines. You smile widely and you join hands and take your seats. Alright? You clearly could get used to this. Tickets arrived on the doormat on Monday with a typed thank you from Chris. You'll get your passport back soon enough, apparently. The show isn't your usual taste, a pretentious opera in a language you don't... In the language you know for a fact Chris doesn't speak either. Still, the complimentary drinks are good. When the show finally ends, how many bows do these people need? You stand in line, get your coats, and Sam has you in creases. With a hilarious impression of the conductor flailing his arms wildly. The couple in front of you are talking about the relocation of people who couldn't pay their new tax bills. It sounds awful. Sam smiles gratefully as you and that you both think of Chris safe and sound. When you get home, you're still laughing at Sam. Sam heads upstairs to shower before bed. You notice your 14-year-old son isn't home, and there's a note on the kitchen table with an ineligible scrawl. It says he's at a friend's house. You trust Charlie. He'll be home soon. Alright. It's one night. What's the worst that could happen? That's bad. Your family answering machine crackles to life. Who could be calling at this hour, yeah? Good afternoon. This is a message about your... The tiny woman goes on, yeah. I'm sure there is a perfectly reasonable explanation for it, but he wasn't in school today, and he hadn't heard from you that he would be absent. Goodbye. Okay, so someone has some explaining to do, absolutely. Jesus! 42 days. That was like 20 days. This is your second reminder letter regarding the Assets and Wealth Redemption Scheme. Please submit your passports to your nearest government office as soon as possible in order to register for the scheme. You cannot receive your share of national rebate without submitting these documents. You knew there would be consequences, but that doesn't matter to make it. That doesn't make it easier. This is if that's all that matters, you hope. Interesting. So there's definitely different ways to play this. You can't help but crack a smile as you look around the table. The snow has settled on the grass. The kids are pulling a cracker while your elderly mother tries to keep her eyes open. You did always have a soft spot for Christmas. Alright, your dad's place across from you is Chris's empty seat, probably on a tropical beach somewhere, you think. You catch Sam's eye, who breaks into a smile, clearly thinking the same thing. Even without Chris, the food has had to be stretched a little thinner this year, but no one seems to notice. Christmas really can be a wonderful time of the year. Look around. You make a toast. Merry Christmas, everyone. I'm glad we're all here. Well, most of us. Cheers. You know how you love me? Yeah. I'm not going to like this, am I? You know what? Me and my friends are planning on going traveling this year. Well, I was hoping you'd help me with the money. I knew it. I'm a mind reader. Just how much are we talking about? Only a few hundred. Alright, we'll figure it out. You mean it? Thank you, thank you, thank you. You dab your eye with a napkin. Alright. Ah, past day 69. Nice. A long weekend. Oh, God. Still not doing any news? Why is the zip this damn case never close? It's your anniversary. Every year you and Sam go away for the weekend, usually camping. You're not made of money. You've been looking forward to it for ages. Finally getting some time alone from the kids. No kids, no work, just a bit of romance. Mr. Bozeman, part of your work this weekend, your heart sinks. Oof. Some information has come to light of the rising tensions between our nation and foreign powers, and the National Nightly News team will be working around the clock to ensure we break the story first. Needless to say, I will expect your attendance tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. sharp. Have a pleasant evening. What are you going to tell Sam? You really have to go to work. This is legendary. You're going to go, aren't you? You're not simply, I get it. Your family has always been your priority, but sometimes work has to come first. You should go. I mean, like, we're fucking, what? We're gonna live out in the camps? You know, the campground? It's like we still have to go to work and shit. Why is he, like, putting on leather? Oh my... Give me more news, dude. Your son hovers at your elbow as you read. Do you find yourself striving to achieve? Are you an active member of the team? Do you like reaping the benefits of cooperation? Join Advanced Go-Getters today. This doesn't sound like a youth club he told you about. Alright. This can only be a good thing. This is not going to be a good thing. He's going to join a cult. Are we going back to the news? Oh my fuck. Okay. Some guys at work gave them to me. They can't go. I don't think so. That'd be hilarious if nothing else. Give me a hell yeah! Oh, hell yeah. Thank you, Subway. Eat fresh. What? Alright. Foot is itchy. I have an itchy foot. There we go. Not laughing, but roaring. Stay neutral. Alright. Oh, more reading. Hey, best get it over with. I'm not gonna read anymore. Dear Winston residents. Wait, what are you playing? I'm playing, this game is called Not for Broadcast. It's like, basically, like you're behind the control room during a news show. I didn't know anything about this other stuff here where you're like, you know, reading all this stuff, which I really can't read. Like, I can barely read the numbers. But what do we got here? By national... You don't remember this being in the manifesto. All returns are based on public opinion and cannot be guaranteed. Okay. Select one of the three carefully selected institutions chosen by advanced, blah, blah, blah. High performance and security. I'll go with that one. Just how much influence do they have? I mean, hopefully we're gonna get back to the news table, because I've just been, like, reading a lot for probably, like, the last 10 minutes. And it's hurting my head at this point, but... here we go. Alright. But yeah, you're basically, like...
Execute Order 66.
You're basically hitting the numbers and censoring stuff when you hear it. Alright.
Good evening, Alex. It's Bozeman here.
Oh, Jesus.
While you're powering up and getting the adverts loaded, I thought I should just tell you that we've had one of those public information films from the government, and it's mandatory that you play it. You still have a free choice for the other two, so read those tape labels carefully, but make sure you play the advance advert.
Must be played. There we go. Could you get bits for free? No, I don't think you can.
Why are all men such pricks?
There we go.
Apparently he has a complicated relationship.
Subscribe weekly.
No. Sorry, are you saying he chose his imaginary friend in the sky over you?
I don't know why I talked to you.
You're probably just a really awful date.
10 seconds, everybody. Like I said, all of you.
Did your personality accidentally slip out?
Pricks. Going in 5, 4, 3.
Good evening. I'm Jeremy Donaldson.
And I'm Megan Wolf. Our main stories tonight.
Uncooperative. A mysterious symbol has appeared overnight on thousands of buildings throughout the capital.
Tonight, in an exclusive live interview with Prime Ministers Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement, I'll be asking what this mysterious symbol might mean.
Critics have been quick
Look at
to
that
insult
subway.
the treaty as a publicity stunt, or an act of frustration by a tiny, disorganized group of those who will never, under any circumstances...
I'm definitely gonna be very quiet. I genuinely cannot
Trapped in Dante's tale
focus.
for more than a month now, Doctors Ingrid Svorsborg and Horgensvoord and David Wong announced today that they're considering two
I'm gonna go with
possible
this one.
options.
With two of the finest minds in science working together, hopes are still high for the eventual return of the team to dry land.
It's called Not for Broadcast. You're working at the news table, and it's very hard to focus.
If a group of fungus experts can't
Like right here, you can literally censor when anybody swears. You gotta check the camera angles. You gotta pick certain
Bearing their
things.
opinions, the formerly rich are fighting back with a naked protest.
Oh no.
Robin Short was on hand earlier today when
Alright.
this new protest group first presented themselves.
It might seem amusing to us, but clearly this formerly overprivileged section of our society is not adjusting well
Check your
in the
ankle.
future. It's often
Exactly.
too easy to forget that not every citizen is thriving under advance.
I'm genuinely just gonna be quiet because I
Johnny
don't know,
Hamsley
like,
and Tiffany
I can't
Lamore were
focus.
spotted having a private moment out at lunch today.
The popular couple have certainly been on a roller coaster since they started dating late last year, and this image is sure to place them firmly back in the tabloids.
Could we be on the verge of the biggest celebrity wedding
Okay.
since professional wrestler
But yeah.
Randy Grizzle Nuts McFly
Grizzle
his
Nuts.
longtime tag team partner Tina Tiny Hands last year?
Tiny
in a
Hands?
wrestling ring made entirely of cake.
Is this once celebrated role model about to become the bad boy of sport?
And onwards and upwards. In an attempt to put the Mr. Snugglehugs disaster behind them, Remington's Fist CEO Sophia Remington today announced a brand new product that already has the markets buzzing with interest.
This groundbreaking product came as quite a shock.
Flarb Master.
Though its critics are skeptical that the young CEO can fulfill her promises.
When only a flawed will
But yeah,
do,
this is the live feed right here. This is what people are seeing live on the broadcast.
accompanying the announcement that has rocked the construction industry this morning. The breakthrough device for aiding in installation is sure to change the way we see the humble Flard.
With that exclusive prime ministerial interview coming up later.
And our very own Patrick Bannon coming to you live from the first annual Sports Board final.
You won't want to miss a second of tonight's National Nightly News.
Oh, it's a new intro. New intro. Okay. Lovely. Alright, that's a little silly. We got 5 minutes until we cut to commercial. It's Jeremy, Megan, and the news team.
First tonight, after the Christmas horror caused by Mr. Snugglehugs, we have an exclusive interview with one of the victims.
Poor 7-year-old Timmy Tadlock, like so many of those affected by the Christmas bloodbath, has spent the last 3 months undergoing a series of reconstructive facial surgeries.
Last week,
My.
joyfully, he spoke for the first time since the tragedy.
Jesus Christ.
Tonight, he talks to us.
Before we go to the interview, however, this station would like to issue a full and frank apology for any part we may have played in the tragedy. We should never have advertised Mr. Snugglehugs. Without our publicity, the sheer scale of this tragedy, and now upwards of 8,000 casualties, might have been averted.
On behalf of the Nightly News team, we're sorry.
In future, we will do better.
Now it's over to Robin Short at the Tadlock
Shit.
family home. Robin?
Thank you, Megan. I'm here with Mr. and Mrs. Tadlock and their 7-year-old son, Timothy. Thanks for spending time with us today.
Yes, well, you're bloody lucky we're spending any time with you at all, after what you lot did. Irresponsible. I mean, whose idea was this anyway?
It's all right. Wasn't your fault. As you can see, Megan, there's still a few open wounds here. I'll tread carefully. I'm going to speak to Timmy now. Hello, Timmy. Can you see me?
Mummy, who's that lady?
It's the lady from television, Timothy. She's going to ask you a few
Oh
questions.
my
Be
God.
careful now, it upsets him to remember.
Don't worry, Mr. Tadlock. I wasn't the youngest ever editor of the Swinstead Middle School Inquirer for no reason. So, Timmy, can you tell us what happened to you? You had just unwrapped Mr. Snugglehugs, hadn't you? Was he under the tree?
Yes, I
God.
could smell him already. He smelled like love.
Smell like love!
Fur, scented with hoof.
Mining! Do your job! I ran up to my room and gave him a big hug. He was so soft and warm, like our cat, before he got in the way of Daddy's Porsche.
Bloody cat had a death wish.
And what did Mr. Snugglehugs say to you?
He blinked his real action eyes and said, "You're my very best friend." But I sure wish Mrs. Snugglehugs was here, and she can't be, for just $89.99. And then,
$89.99.
and then it's a general error. 41.
And is that when he burst into flames?
Look, careful.
And then he exploded.
Oh, look, I've asked you nicely.
And am I right in saying that one of his real action eyes is now permanently embedded in your cheek?
Yes. When I took him in at night, it glows through bandages. I know it's under there, staring at me.
Yeah, some of
God.
the other children started calling him Timmy Three Eyes.
Timmy 3.
And
Oh.
with his glasses, that's fine.
Subway, thank you for the follow.
Too many eyes, Robin.
And what's the last thing you remember before the darkness overtook you?
What the hell?
He looked at me with his one eye and laughed. Laughed as he burned.
It sounds
What
very
the
traumatic.
fuck?
You have nightmares.
All right, that's quite
you?
enough of
Timmy?
you two coming in here with your camera trying to make a buck out of our suffering. I won't have it.
Mr. Tadlock, just a couple more questions. Timmy, do you think you will ever be what we can call
No, you've
normal
had your
again?
questions, and now look. Oh, you've made him cry with all 3 of his eyes.
Calm down, you're Do you think your parents will
You're
ever
scaring
really
him,
love
dude.
you again?
Right, that's it. Enough. Come on, please.
Alright, that was.
Your poster, your favourite poster, Timmy. Are you okay? Ow.
So there you have it.
Oh my
Megan.
God.
Just one of the many victims
And many questions to be answered by Sophia Remington in the coming.
I couldn't hear
Monster
anything.
Wager. How will she turn this crisis around?
So, Jeremy, what are the warning signs a consumer
Maybe
should
that's
look
Subway.
out for when they're spotting a dangerous toy?
Well, Megan, experts advise to always check for the new advanced
Ugh.
models, which guarantee a level of
Can't
safety
focus.
and quality.
Yeah, can we just get a close-up on camera 3 here? So if we take a look at this National Nightly News mug, you should see the mark just on the base of it there.
In the wake of the scandal, the government were praised for their swift response in bringing in this set of stringent checks and new products.
It certainly is good to know that someone's watching out for our families. When we come back, our very own Patrick Bannon will be live from the Sports Board Finals. Stick around, you won't want to miss it.
We'll be back after these messages.
1 minute back.
Oh, sorry, I'm bursting.
Jesus. Is this an exercise? No, I don't think it's an
You
exercise.
think Elmo won't cut you?
Megan,
Yes, she is.
Not an exorcism.
Jeremy, women are coming.
No, it's just...
Alex, Bozeman, we're getting reports in that naked protesters might try and spoil the
Oh, what the
final
fuck?
by waving their fleshy bits about. Try and make sure you don't broadcast it. It's 6 p.m. for God's sake.
Alright.
No one wants to see fannies on the news. Bozeman,
Alright. Alright, Bozeman.
And luxury. Isn't that what we all deserve at the end of a life well lived? Our expert legal team will help you make all those difficult arrangements.
Well, that's what it says.
Yes, I understand that, but I always say welcome back.
I think we should just keep it as it is.
Well, of course you do. I've got one hack line.
What's that supposed to mean? I didn't write it, Jeremy.
That's all right, fine. Jenny, there's something wrong with the auto cue.
10 seconds.
Oh, I just felt a drip again. Have they not fixed this?
Want to see us fry?
Wait, who's saying welcome back?
5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. I'm Megan Wolf. Coming up later, we'll be speaking to the Prime Ministers about their exciting new healthcare facilities, transition centres.
Nice to see they care.
You're absolutely right, Jeremy. But first, we're going now to our own Patrick Bannon, who's reporting live from the finals of the new game that's gripping the nation, Sports Board. Patrick?
That's right, Megan. You join me live here for the final of the first annual Sports Board Championship.
Sports Board.
It's been a hotly contested competition so far. I think it's fair to say these two have been dancing around each other all season. First up, we have Ellie Striker. She's the more experienced of our two players today. Striker has got an accuracy of 7, a danger rating of 8,
I don't know if this
and a
one's
12
Striker.
driving ban. Striker's known for her signature move, the lanky hamster. And facing her tonight, hoping to prove himself with a career record of 12 outs, 14 finishes and a divorce pending, it's Mr. Wingspan himself, Tommy, the Fingernail Harris. Just waiting on the ref now. The slapping ceremony is taking part. Still going on.
Striker go first.
Striker, of course, first to start as she won the trivia round earlier on by some margin. Harris, perhaps the brawn and not the brains. Stupid.
The hell's going on?
Nice start there from Striker. She's determined not to let the nerves show. Not after last time. On to Mr. Harris now. Tommy. Using his arm to pick up the ball. Not a bad shot there from Harris. Back to Striker for shots number 3. All right. She's gone to sort of throwing it under her legs. Not bad if you ask me.
Was there contact? Don't know why you complained. To Harris.
Bit of business with the ref, but it got sorted out. Back to Harris now. A ball in the hand is worth 2 in the bush.
Football. Move back.
I'd say that's fair, but what do I know? Oh no, and Harris is not going to be happy with that. So really not a good start there for Tommy Harris in round 1. We can only hope the round
I don't know what's going on, but I'm getting it right.
But first, of course, after the argument with the ref section, it's time to change ends.
Of ends.
Now we have the ceremonial changing of the ends. And of course, now they go back to the starting positions, as that makes sense.
that makes no sense.
Striker giving it large.
Second round, double. Harris.
Winter round 2 now with Harris. Okay, we seem to have some sort of streak on the pitch. I apologise if we broadcast any of that stuff. She appears to have slogans across her breasts and arse. Try and ignore all of that. Security, I'm sure we're going to take them out as soon as possible. Apologise if we broadcast any of that. As I said, we're going to get the situation resolved as soon as possible. They're trying to carry on play, but it's proving a bit difficult, and I'm struggling to follow. Because it's quite an eyesore, and women's bodies, yeah. All right, great. Okay, so back into round 2.
Alrighty then.
Harry's absolutely determined to close that massive gap. Eddie Striker. No, it's just some of the tightest play I've seen ever. Harris. And was that the fitted thumbscrew? We haven't seen that since the heats. What a brilliant move.
Brilliant move? I don't know what's going on.
And we know what that means, ladies and gentlemen. That is, of course, the ground sound.
Wait, how'd she...
Excellent bit of play here on both sides of the bucket.
The
I don't
fuck?
know about you at home, but I'm finding the technical mastering display here absolutely blooming jaw-dropping.
Kawhi, what the fuck is going on?
The ref has spotted something in Harris's neck or head. And Harris is having an absolute shocker. What a miserable start there for Tommy Harris. But he is a late bloomer, of course, the boys said that. And after all, it is a game of 2 halves. 4 rounds and 7 subgenres. But now, of course, it's time for the half-time show. Sponsored by Remington Smith.
Halftime show?
On my whistle, on my whistle.
Wait, okay.
Must be some music here to start the half-time show. Okay, another posh protester loose on the court here. We can only apologise for that.
Okay.
We'll do our best to shield you from having to look directly at it. Is running around here.
It's going to 1.
Display for all to see.
Is that number 3?
What was shaping up to be quite the dance interlude there.
There you go, 3.
Now he's thrusting himself in Harris's face.
Go to 1.
And the bucket has been knocked over.
2.
I cannot stand it when the bucket gets knocked over. Hopefully he'll get taken out now. Genitals flying around for all to see. Really, if you ask me, not Sunday morning television. And out of there, hopefully taken away, never to be seen again.
Final poses. Oh boy, cannot be in the final pose.
And a lovely finish there on both sides of the bucket. I wouldn't like to call that one. And as we head into round 3, I'd love to know what's going on in these 2 players' heads. But unfortunately, because of science, we can't.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Not bad.
What the hell's going on?
So that ball boy's giving me the eye all the way.
Alright, playing ping pong now.
Striker there, not a great start. She looks a bit flustered, I think, after all that swinging around.
I think, because they were laying on the floor.
Back to Harris here.
Might be because of that, or they're just very sweaty for some fucking reason.
Tommy Harris.
I don't even know what's going on. This is the most
arm, which is actually a really good move, because of course if it dribbles down his arm and goes on the floor.
This is the most stressful thing I've ever done.
Back to Striker. And Striker's gone for the animal.
Wait, what?
There, but of course, perhaps. And yes, Harris has counted with a tiny bell. That is wonderful play. Of course, we see
what the fuck? What is going on?
That could have been the clincher. What a massive shame.
Harris receives possession now.
Harris
We have
to serve now.
5 minutes. 4 more minutes.
With his last 4 bouts. So, here we go. Tommy Harris. Tommy Harris. That's all right. That's all right. Not bad there. He threw it quite far away from him, which is quite a good idea. Very clever there. Perhaps a little contact. A caution from the referee, who's being, if you ask me, a little bit harsh. Ellie Striker. Ellie Striker. And she's let the nerves get to her. What the hell was that? You hate to see it, don't you? You cannot believe it. Oh, for God's sake.
What is going on? Oh!
I don't know what I can be doing about this. I mean, sort of breasts and genitals for all to see. I mean, there's only so much I can do. They're sort of everywhere, aren't they? All right, I'll try and carry on. The players are trying to carry on, but of course it's difficult because these protesters, hopefully we can get them taken off soon so we can carry on with the match. Nonsense is going on here. Yes.
We want our money.
Yes, very good. Take them away.
Ah, damn.
Bloody wasters. Absolute wasters. Oh, jog on!
This is the mime round.
It's an absolute bloody... Okay, and now we're going to go into the final round. And of course, as it's a Tuesday, the final round is a mime round. Who could believe it?
Mime round?
Who could believe it? Nice imaginary shot there from Harris. It really could go.
Imaginary shot!
Little play here from 2 absolute juggernauts of the sport.
Hold.
She doesn't even have anything.
The bucket getting moved back to its proper place. About time, if you ask me. She's juggling it around from her hands. Interesting. Juggling it around from her hands. And she's put it in her mouth like as if it was an egg. And now she's and she spat it out. She did the egg spit. So a wonderful move there, quite late on.
Illegal spit.
From Striker. But she's in it to win it.
Harris's ball.
On it like a car bonnet.
I don't know what's going on, dude.
Having a bit of beef. Tommy Harris here, having a bit of beef. And he's peeling it as if it were a banana, which is an interesting move. Not sure if he hasn't had his potassium or what's going on today with him. And he's throwing it, and the banana was the ball! What a fantastic move there from Harris. Unfortunately, that is the end. What a pathetic, there we go, Jeremy, that is over. How can he look his 8-year-old son in the face tonight? What a lump.
the fuck is going on?
Referee now to announce it to make sure it is all official.
Contestants in, please. And the winner of the first annual Sports Board Championship is everyone!
Okay, the ref has decreed once again a win for everyone, including me as my 15th win in the Sports Board Championship.
Oh my God.
I'm going to be celebrating tonight with my wife and children. Another wonderful victory for me. Here come the on-site security to collect their medals. They're 6th and 7th respectively.
Everyone!
Thanks again for watching the Sports Board Championships. What more is there to say? I'm Patrick Bannon. Looking forward to celebrating tonight. And all that's left to say, Jeremy, is back to you in the studio.
Patrick Bannon there had an extraordinary final.
Historic Sports Board, Jeremy.
I didn't know you were a fan.
Oh, yeah, I can wrench a doubler with the best of them, I'll have you know.
I certainly wouldn't bet against you.
When we come back, I'll be talking live with Prime Ministers Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement, who apparently have a big announcement you wouldn't want to miss.
That's coming up after these messages.
1 minute back.
Fucking microphone shocked me.
What?
Fucking microphone just shocked me. Where's that sound guy?
Oh no. Oh no.
Okay?
Oh, the mics are just trying to kill us now, apparently.
You'll be fine. You're unshockable.
I'm immune to your cheap flattery.
I'm wearing you down.
Bozeman again. Just heard from the chaps in maintenance. The storm is playing havoc with the electrics, and you might notice the odd spark.
Yeah.
Nothing to worry about. Happens all the time. Dave got shocked into a coma last year, but he was up and at 'em the next day. Anyway, our compensation package is parallel to none. Good luck. Bozeman out.
All right. Oh, that's these are the prime ministers.
Miss Wolf, your star seems to be in the ascendant.
It's a great time to be alive.
Too bloody right, Peter Clement.
Megan Wolf.
My, but that's a firm handshake you've got there.
She's tougher than she looks. Am I here?
Here, with Mr. Clement on your left.
Right you are, pet.
Okay.
You'll see, Dan.
10 seconds, everybody.
No, mine's fine. Have you had a little accident?
Cheeky cow.
5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. I am delighted to be joined by Prime Ministers Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement. Welcome to the National Nightly News, Prime Ministers.
Fuck.
Please, it's just Julia and Peter.
We don't believe much in titles. It doesn't seem very advanced.
We're delighted to be here.
Well, firstly, I should ask how you feel about the graffiti that's been springing up across the capital. Should we be worried?
Oh, no. No, you definitely shouldn't be worried.
Well, not unless you've got a fatal paint allergy anyway.
But yes, it does seem that there are still some people we haven't been able to help.
You know, whingers mostly.
People who've yet to benefit from the many advantages of the new future.
And you know, Megan, as my old mum used to say, there are some pissants who just don't know how to be happy.
We're working hard to reach these people, find out what they're angry about and how we can help. The door to my government is always open.
Someone's tripping on me.
But we didn't come here to talk about what may yet turn out to be some alternative arts project.
Which we no doubt will have funded.
When we want to talk to the nation about something far more exciting.
Yes, your office briefed us that you have an announcement to make, but they were being surprisingly secretive about it.
Let me ask you a question, Megan.
Oh, okay, it's not usually how it works, but...
What scares you? I mean, really scares you?
It's death, Pet. She's talking about death.
We're all afraid of our deaths. It's part of being human.
Sorry, are you saying that Advance have cured death?
That'll be a vote winner. Yep, that was definitely a drop there.
But while we may not have cured death, we hope we found a way to make it much less scary.
And much less painful and much less
What?
expensive. Look, which is me close-up camera,
Oh,
Pet?
sorry, yes, it's camera 4 like that.
When I was 13, me mam came and got me from school. He was to go to the hospital. Me granddad, he'd collapsed that morning, so we'd all to say our goodbyes. And I went in to see him. He were all frail and pale. And I was scared because I'd only seen him the week before, and he'd been fit as fiddle. And he said to me, Peter, he said, it's the right time. I don't ever want to be a burden to the people I love.
Was that the last time you saw him?
Nope, 3 days later he were back home. He lived with us for 9 miserable years after that. He had to be fed with a rubber spoon. He had a commode, so he'd just take a shit right there in the lounge while we were watching football. He wouldn't even wait till half-time.
That sounds...
It was awful. It were awful for us, and this is the point. It were awful for him. He could see it was destroying me, man, watching him slowly fade away, and he would beg her to turn off his breathing equipment at night, but she couldn't, or she wouldn't. It were a crime, you see. And she didn't want to lose the children, as well as her old man.
No family should have to suffer like Peter's did. And now no family will have to. The health service is today opening the first of 300 new transition centres.
The transition centre handle everything for your last days. The legal, financial, medical and emotional costs are all catered for and paid for by the government. So even the poorest citizen gets to pass on with dignity when they choose.
And that choice is important. This is a service only for people who choose it. For people who feel they run their course and don't want to burden themselves or their families with a slow, long, humiliating decline into an
Jesus! Fuck! This microphone pack has just given me electric shock!
Are you okay?
I don't know, I think it fried my asshole!
Oh, we're still on the air, Peter?
Yes, sorry.
Wait a minute! Wait a minute!
Oh.
Are you not worried that this new system might be open to abuse?
In what way?
Sorry, I got zapped again. Can I get a little bit of help here, please?
I've seen this before.
Feel somewhat.
Jesus, a Rochelle face, fucker! That one was massive. Right, no, this bastard's coming off.
Sorry, that the older generation might feel somewhat coerced.
Coerced into spending their final days eating gourmet food and drinking fine wine and luxury spas and gardens.
Look, I am perfectly capable of... Oh, fuck my grandmother with a rusty twat!
Prime Minister, please watch your language.
For fuck's sake!
Go get yourself sorted out.
Right.
What happened?
We're launching a government
Did he piss himself?
tonight. It should tell your viewers everything they need to know.
You really do move at a breathless pace. It's hard to believe you've yet to be in office a year.
Oh, Megan, we're only getting started.
I'm sorry, I got distracted.
And on that note, thank you both so much for being here. Jeremy.
Right, yes, that's all we have time for tonight.
Oh, great.
Thank yous go out to our guests. Congratulations to all the winners of the sports.
I forgot about that.
And we'll see you tomorrow night at the same time.
That was fucking everything. That was insane.
Peaceful night.
Oh,
Good job, everybody.
I just died.
So they just... I don't suppose there's any way this could be a good thing.
It's for my nephews. We transitioned the moment I stopped the leak.
I just died. That's not good. All right. 3. So I keep getting good A+, and everything keeps going up. An interference-free show and exceedingly poor edit. Yeah, it was a bit of an egregious show. I'll say that. I don't know what this stuff is. I don't care about the adverts, but I do care about this. What the fuck was going on there, dude? Sports board? I have no clue. Like, it genuinely, just looking at what was happening, I had no clue, but I swear this, well, I don't think it's actual news, but
Well, that's what it says.
Yes, I understand that, but I always say welcome back.
I think we should just keep it as it is.
Well, of course you do. I've got one hack line.
What's that supposed to mean? I didn't write it, Jeremy.
That's all right, fine. Jenny, there's something wrong with the auto cue.
10 seconds.
Oh, I just felt a drip again. Have they not fixed this?
I want to see us fry. It's good for the ratings.
5, 4, 3.
Huh.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News.
Well, I
I'm
remember
Megan
seeing
Wolf.
the...
Coming up later,
I remember
we'll be
seeing
speaking
that.
to the Prime Ministers about...
Yeah, I remember seeing that. It's just I don't remember seeing that, you know?
We join
I
Jeremy
don't remember
and
seeing
Sue.
it through
There's
the
just time for a
like
brief
version of the
look at
game, but I
what's
do
coming up
remember
later
seeing
tonight
the guy
on
getting his
Channel
ass
1.
shocked and all that.
At
But
6:30, it's a brief history of sports board, where Patrick Bannon will be taking a look at the surprising rise of this spectacularly popular new sport.
yeah, it's
That's
crazy
followed-
ass sport.
Then who...
I want to see the whole news broadcast, not the whole thing. But we're just gonna have to fast forward through all this bullshit. Alright. What I genuinely just want to see is... It's all the way at the end, though. And it also includes commercials. Goddamn.
Patrick?
That's right, Megan. You joined me live here for the final.
Actually, let's go back a little bit. So this is returning from commercial.
Welcome back.
Oh,
to the
that
National Nightly
was literally a
News. I'm
second
Megan
off.
Wolf.
That was literally a second off. Oh, let's just continue on. Oh, this game is insane. Turn on hardcore mode in options to hide all the helpful info. Fuck that. I'm already getting the stress-induced heart attack feeling. And this game isn't even doing anything. Paradise. We're going straight into it.
Alex, oh thank God.
Oh shit, okay.
It's Jenny, the floor manager. Are you okay? Alex, you need to get it together. Look at the broadcast screen. Just look at it. That's all we've been putting out since you went down. You have to fix it, now. Look left, Alex, out the window. See? They're all over it, the little bastards. Turn on the Snuggles
The
app if I
fuck
push
are
the big
those?
red button and it'll deal with them for you. Excellent, Alex. We're broadcasting again. They must have built up while you were napping.
Napping? I got electrocuted!
Look, there's a lone one climbing now. Zap it off before it starts to mess up the signal again. Great. That seems to be the last of them. For now. Right. We're about a minute out. Get the adverts loaded up. I've got to deal with my pet idiot.
Well, in a few moments, we'll be going live to the National Nightly News. But before that, let's take a look at what's coming up later on.
This has no credibility, Jenny.
On Channel 1 at 7 o'clock.
No professionalism.
What's wrong with this picture? And
It's not a mess. Everything is where it should be. It's ramshackle and characterful, and I'd expect you to know the difference.
That's followed at 8 p.m. by a
Of course Megan's place looked lovely, but I can't see it, can I?
Thanks, Jenny. How's lock-in with the boyfriend going?
Decided to take his chances on the wild streets, eh? Rather than endure another romantic comedy.
The fuck?
Jeremy, Jenny says your hair looks stupid.
Yes, I can hear her.
And she says she's not talking to you.
Yes, I know, I can hear her.
Shall I count us in?
Make it so.
Okay, 10 seconds. Break a leg, everyone.
Preferably a furry one.
It's the National Weather Report.
5, 4, 3.
It's time to join Jeremy Donaldson. For the
Good evening, I'm Jeremy Donaldson.
And I'm Megan Wolf. Our main stories tonight.
Snugglefox? It's been almost 5 weeks since all the Mrs. Snugglehugs toys woke up simultaneously in factories worldwide and began searching for their husbands.
Oh my
the Mr.
God.
Snugglehugs we have so short-sightedly destroyed. And now, as this photograph suggests, they may be changing tactics.
Built to surprisingly traditional gender stereotypes, the Mrs. Snugglehugs have been arming themselves with a variety of household implements. All the more reason to make sure that cat flap is taped up good and tight.
Armed with blunt weapons, the Mrs. Snugglehugs are only ankle height and therefore able to be kicked away easily by young, healthy individuals. They do, however,
What
pose
the
a particular
hell?
risk to the elderly or those with pre-existing medical conditions like fatal bruise syndrome.
Going stir crazy, with no signs of Mrs. Snugglehugs' batteries running out, and the government lockdown now in its 31st day.
I can't imagine.
Across the country.
Hey, I can pause. Great. I can't imagine on like a news broadcast if someone fucks up the control panel and you just see for a split second the person that's like not talking.
Dramatic reports are beginning to emerge of uncharacteristically bold behaviour in homes across the country. And we're not talking about the model planes that occupy so much time in the Donaldson household.
In response to a nationwide lack of toilet paper, which was, of course, raided by the Mrs. Snugglehugs to construct their vast hives, many of the nation's adults have turned to a more childish solution, or at least that's their excuse.
Going it alone, popular crustacean Johnny Hamsleeves is back in the news today as his astonishing photograph that he leaked himself shows exactly how he's been spending his lockdown.
It seems that when the lockdown was announced, Johnny's long-term partner, Tiffany Lamour, was busy in the capital preparing her new show, Chocolate Clit Bombs, for its now postponed grand opening.
How's that not censored?
Let's hope the exhibits don't melt.
Being locked in alone seems to have made poor Johnny realise the empty pointlessness of the professional sportsman's existence. A life that, while no longer bringing great wealth, still offers vacuous conversation, narcissistic wives, and an utter lack of social importance. Let's hope he doesn't run out of toilet paper for those tears.
The shape of things to come? In their own version of a lockdown for more than 45 years now, the descendants of Doctors David Wong and Ingrid Svorsborgen Horgensvoord and their unfortunate team today managed to get a personal statement to the surface using flagellized imaging equipment.
Many of the Svorsborgen Horgensbrood, as they've come to be known, have certainly captured the public imagination, with a recent vote naming Helvetica Svorsborgen Wongensvoord the most likely to survive a massive electric shock.
Greetings from Dante's Tate, or as we say down here in the family, many mushrooms to you. I don't know what a Mrs. Pluckless Plug is, but they sound like they're causing you guys real problems. We've been trapped down here for 8,961 days now, and all I can say is I sure am glad Mum and Dad chose not to get on that escape craft. Since they grew me and the rest of the family, we've been getting on famously, and sometimes Mum stops crying for upwards of 20 minutes. Also, it turns out, at push, you can eat flards. If you can handle the stomach cramps.
What?
And the amnesia.
What?
Greetings from Dante's Taint, or as we say down here in the family, many mushrooms to you.
It's hard to believe they've been down there so long now.
But everyone knows time moves differently underwater, Jeremy. That's why baths take so long.
That's right. And as anyone will tell you, the deeper the bath,
the quicker the relativistic forces of temporal causality will have a measurable effect upon the fixed dimensional parameters of your environment.
Yes, I've said that many times.
Papers, please. With the lockdown becoming ever more rigorously enforced, having a passport
Papers,
is becoming
please.
increasingly important, Alex.
The government caused controversy today by announcing a fresh charge of passport fraud with an imaginative form of punishment for those found guilty of this brand new but incredibly serious crime.
The international community have been critical of Advance's decision to begin branding those found to be abetting passport fraudsters.
Whoa.
The red hot metal may seem painful, but I'm told it's actually preferable to most music currently in the charts.
And Advance speaks out, with the snuggle struggle proving a test to governments around the world. Advance HQ released a curious statement this afternoon.
In the accompanying release, they asked us to stress that they have been listening and that this should be taken as a response to how the people really feel.
We've certainly done our bit on this show to contribute to the political climate. But let's not forget, how we behave in our home lives is what really matters.
Let's hope it's not just me who filled out that questionnaire, Jeremy, or we're all in trouble.
Let's play that statement.
With tragedy of heart and great despair, I come before you with grave news to share. For since he left to fight at 3:15, no sign of Peter Clement has been seen. You'll all recall how daily from his home he'd gallop boldly forward on his horse, that whitened mare with fur like porcelain, upon which he would tread his well-trod course. 'Twas on this mare he stumbled on a hive of dreadful snuggle-huggedness contained. He bravely drew his sword and ventured in, intent to fight till all within was slain. And soon, but soon there came upon that place the bodyguards assigned him by the state, whom daily he did deign to give the slip. And thus they did arrive a moment
What
late.
the fuck is going on?
From deep within the hive they heard him roar. His blade, the rusty twat basher, raised hell. Yet with a cry of "fuck my arse, that's sore," beneath the toilet-papered mounds, he fell.
Did he die?
Oh, what a fall was there, my citizens. Then I and you and all the team fell down, while tiny voices laughed from deep beneath. Oh, curse that much beloved reckless fool that weighed his pride gainst purple fur-clad teeth. If only he had shuttered up his doors, his windows boarded safe and waxed his floors. If only he had taken our advice and helped the team by staying safe indoors. Oh, woe that he should meet such bitter end. My laughter and my confidant. My friend. Thank you.
Delectable stuff.
Later tonight, Jeremy will be catching up with brave roving reporter Patrick Bannon, while I check in with two friends of the programme who find themselves stranded at opposite ends of the country.
And then, in part 3, there's going to be a quiz. Presumably because there's nothing more important going on that you might like to report on if you were, say, a news programme.
And in a moment, we'll both be asking Sophia Rimington how such a trusted brand can have made such a terrible manufacturing mistake.
With what it describes here as help from popular psychic scientist Delia Lywell.
Oh, I like her.
No, you don't. Why do you do that?
That's all coming up on tonight's
National Nightly News. Tonight, how did we get here? Where are we going? And most importantly, who's to blame?
Joining us from her ranch in Arlingsfield, Millkirky is the CEO of Rimington's Fist, internationally respected business Svengali, Sophia Rimington.
Thank you for having me, Megan. I'm a huge fan of your work.
And from a crystal healing laboratory, what I assume is a garage in Upper Lowington, inexplicably renowned psychic scientist, Dr. Delia Lywell. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Sorry, us?
Myself and the eminent professors.
Is that what you call the voices in your head?
I've always seemed to attract dead scientists. I don't really know why.
The money?
They express themselves to me through ethereal algebra and quadratic predictions. It's all very technical.
No, it isn't.
I concur. Miss Remington, the entire Snuggle Hugs range will surely go down as the biggest public relations disaster in history, won't it?
Well, of course, that's one world record we would never have sought to claim.
What can you say at a time like this?
There is only one thing that can be said. I'm sorry. We're sorry. From everyone here at Rimington's Fist, but especially the dedicated inventors and world-beating engineers at Rimming Toys, we are deeply, deeply sorry. Who could have predicted that letting a child's toy learn how to love could have such unforeseen consequences?
Mary Shelley?
We see you, Sophia Rimington. You are preening by a metal vessel, and where you venture, you will see neither land nor sky.
Is that supposed to be the future?
Only the past is concrete. I remember being a child in my grandpa's workshop when he made the first dancing hangman toy. He put it by my bed, and when I couldn't sleep, I'd wind it up and let it go, and I'd watch that happy little executioner just wiggle and wave his tiny noose and dance before my eyes. Grandpa sold thousands of them, on the quiet, obviously. And he used the money he made to found Rimming Toys, which is now just one small part of the global supermassive megacore that is Rimington's Fist. Sadly, we lost Grandpappy.
I'm not even paying attention. It's some sort of sexual innuendo. Wait, tobacco? Preschool?
Never lost his spirit of invention.
Yes, I'm not entirely certain what your grandfather's offensive toys have to do with the current predicament.
The spirit of invention, Mr. Donaldson. The passion to create, to problem solve. And that is why I'm here today, to tell you about a brand new product we're launching simultaneously around the world from midnight tonight.
We said science! Science! We hear its song on the breeze, its breath on the wind.
Oh my god.
Under the covers.
How does she do it?
Well, please, don't keep us in suspense any longer.
It won't be my feature she's making up next.
Remington's Fist is proud to present Snuggle Traps. Safety and security in these dangerous times. Each box of Snuggle Traps contains 8 devices, all guaranteed to stop a Mrs. Snugglehugs in its tracks. That's enough for a small lawn or 4 window boxes. And you want to know the best thing? They're only $129.99 a box. Now that is affordable
Jesus.
peace of mind.
Affordable.
We see you, Jeremy Donaldson.
Not now, honey, I'm mid-pitch. The best thing about Snuggle Traps is they're powered by next generation
They are.
Flardinium batteries. So, however long the enemy lasts...
One of them is a psychopath, like that's talking toilet paper.
Mr. Donaldson.
Who's like schizophrenic. And then the other one's like a billionaire CEO that just doesn't give a fuck that they killed like 30,000 people with a shitty product.
Oh my god, I just got chills. Did anyone else just get chills then?
I think I did.
I think it's more concerned. I think I'd be more concerned about these traps. Quickly, before we go to the break, these appear to be attractively repackaged landmines. Aren't they dangerous, say, to children?
Oh, hell yeah. These are not toys.
Oh, yeah.
But they're explosive fun.
Sophia Remington, Dr. Delia Lywell, thank you for joining us.
When we come back, we'll be taking a look at the situation across the country tonight.
Don't go away. We'll be back after these bandages. We'll be back.
Was that all right?
Oh, yes, Doctor. That
The
was
professional
exactly what
Sophia Remington adapts.
She seems very nice,
Okay.
young Miss Remington.
I think she'd make an interesting dinner guest.
Do you think so? I think I'd rather spend the evening shoving Delia's sacred crystals up my skeptical arsehole.
Hey! Dave!
I've decided to come home. Listen, I'll call you back at the next break and we can talk about how I get me job back. Cheers, Alex. See you, mate.
Yeah, see you, mate.
We'll be listening
What's this?
and taking notes. You wouldn't let your children drift off down the river to uncertain ends.
Jesus.
Or abandon them
Oh, fuck
to
me.
a life of shame and mockery
He must
and
know he's
eventual
not stupid.
death on
I
the
just don't want it
streets.
getting back to him that it came
So
from
you
us.
sent them to fly with us instead.
Benny, you're not...
They're probably safe. But I guess you never know what's
Liz?
lurking in the water.
I've got no idea how old he is.
The advanced go-getters.
See?
We
Yeah,
can't
ready.
believe we fell for
Okay,
it.
coming back. In 5, 4, 3... Welcome back to the National Nightly News. I'm Megan Roof. Now it's time to take a trip around the country to hear how the lockdown might impact the nation from some friendly faces. Joining me are respected academic Katie Brightman and author of Alan James's Kites, Alan James. Thank you for joining me.
It's a pleasure. Thanks for having me, Megan.
Thanks, Megan. It really is a pleasure, Katie. I enjoyed our little heated encounter.
I wish I could say the same.
So first off, Katie, how are you coping?
I'm holding up okay. The lockdown directive was so sudden that, like many people, I haven't
It's this game is completely like, what the fuck?
I was staying at a hotel after an international policy convention, and we had a particularly heavy night out. You know what economists are like.
Notoriously hate splitting the bill.
And I overslept, and as you can imagine, I've been here ever since. But there are certainly people much worse off than me.
Exactly. My tour has been cancelled indefinitely, and I've had to refund every single ticket, even the cheap seats.
Oh, Alan, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah. People are being quite rude about it. They don't seem to realise I've already spent it filling the beach house with beef.
The crisis
Beef?
claims yet another victim.
So, this is just a reminder that my book, Alan James's Reich, is now available in paperback.
Unbelievable.
What was that?
You. You're unbelievable.
So, Katie, how do you think this might affect the economy? Should we be worried?
Very, Megan. Not to sound
Fuck,
dramatic,
wrong person.
but this could be catastrophic. Unemployment has skyrocketed, and frankly, it will be a miracle if a lot of businesses can survive this.
Here you go, scaremongering again, spreading this latest liberal hoax. That's what they want. They want us
Okay, I got it kind of figured out right
They
now.
want us compliant. And they want us inside.
A hoax? How on earth can you say that, Alan?
Well, I haven't actually seen one of these supposed toys. Have you?
Well, no, but...
Did you know 3,000
Oh, this is the lockdown is because of the toys?
That's a lot of
Oh
people.
shit.
And this is no different. You're just as likely to be hunted down by a yo-yo or a tennis racket.
He makes an excellent and persuasive point, Katie.
Don't listen to her, Katie. The press are the enemy of truth.
She's agreeing with you, Alan, you absolute shit!
Well, then I'm
Oh shit!
Alan, are you now recanting your statement that these toys
Damn it.
aren't dangerous?
People are saying they're just like normal toys, and that simply isn't true. Corrupt media lies.
And Katie, how do you respond to Alan's claims that Mrs. Snugglehugs might be dangerous after all?
I suppose I guess I'm agreeing.
I missed the curse, I missed the swear.
Katie, I appreciate your support. A lot of folks are saying this Mrs. Snugglehug situation will all blow over, but it won't.
He has a sandwich.
exactly.
I want to
We
switch to his screen. I'm gonna do it. I gotta do it.
Protect our workers and our businesses. We need to support the vulnerable, and we need
To repent. Exactly right, Katie. We brought it on ourselves with all our liberal indulgences like art, cake, and healthcare. We need to act now and begin sacrificing our firstborns, or to push a beloved family pet.
Absolutely, Alan. If we can all successfully come together as a community and perform the ritual, hopefully we will appease. Katie, could it be any worse?
I had to do it. I had to.
Luckily, over the past few years under
I had to
advance,
do
they've
it.
invested heavily into health. So the system
I
can
had to do
actually
it.
bear the strain.
Is it lucky that the Llama Lords have unleashed a horde of man-made monsters on its own people to conceal the enemy within?
Oh, they're in this.
5 fucking seconds.
The Global Alliance of Fish People are amassing an army.
Wait, this is literally me and SG. They're in the same room though.
That's you. That's what you sound like. That's you. That's what you sound like.
But
Meh.
I don't sound like that.
Yes, you do.
You do, Alan. You do sound like that.
And that's why no one wants to be your friend. And that's why no
I've got loads of friends.
No, you haven't.
I don't think you do, Alan.
Yeah, stop lying, Alan. Yes.
I'm not lying. You are.
Oh, good one.
Oh, poor Alan.
Well, I'm telling.
Telling who?
And James.
Alan, you know
Katie
what they say about
Brightman, thank you
snitches,
for
Alan?
joining me. Some real food for thought there from... Any moment now, I'll be heading over to Jeremy, who is going to be bringing us an up-to-the-minute report of the status of the nation. Over to you, Jeremy.
Thank you for what I'm sure was a reasonable debate which really contributed to the national conversation. Next, out on the streets, someone who's always doing exactly that. It's Patrick Bannon. Are you there, Patrick?
Hello, Jeremy. Yes, hello. I'm here. I'm here live. Apologies for the quality of the broadcast today. Couldn't find any cameramen or women brave enough to come and join me, so I'm out here on my own.
Right, and can you tell us what it's like out there?
Yep, I can. It's as you can see behind me, the streets are currently completely deserted. So my question, Jeremy, is just how long? I mean, could there be danger lurking just around the corner, waiting to end the fledgling career of this young, promising journalist before his full potential is even realised? Will he die, underappreciated by management, and frankly, if you ask me, very, very much underpaid?
I don't think there's any danger of that, Patrick. What's that on your jacket there?
Oh, that's actually a sponge. What I've done here is made a snuggle-proof jacket, Jeremy. The network didn't bother sending me any PPE, so I've been forced to improvise. In fact, showing the sort of resourcefulness that would make me an ideal candidate for, I don't know, for example, an anchor position starting whenever they'd like.
From your point of view, Patrick, just how safe are our streets?
Not safe at all, Jeremy, not safe at all. I'd recommend people staying inside. following government advice and not putting themselves at any risk at all. Unless, of course, like me, it's for groundbreaking journalism reasons.
And just where are you, Patrick?
I'm in the street, on the street.
Nah, he's behind a wall. I knew it. I just thought the game was just had horrible green screen.
Which street are you on?
Which street am I on? Oh god. I'm just looking for a sign. Oh, there it is. I'm on Bannon Avenue.
Bannon Avenue?
Yep.
Bannon Avenue.
Yeah, no, I can hear you fine. Yep, I'm on Bannon Avenue on the sign. It says there.
Like Patrick Bannon?
Oh yeah, that is like, that's strange. That's a weird sign. I don't know what's going on there.
Where are you really?
I'm on Bannon. Alright, fine. I'm not on Bannon Avenue. I'm at home, to be honest. Alright, fine. Well, I'm in my bathroom technically, but you know, I couldn't face it, to be honest, mate. It's you know, it's terrible out there. I don't want to go outside. They're everywhere. I'm sorry for lying.
We don't expect any less of you, Patrick.
You hear that sound?
I can, yes. I'm no expert, Patrick, but it sounds unmistakably like a tiny fist tapping on your door there.
Oh, fuck, it does. Oh, fuck, Jeremy, shit, no! Oh, bollocks.
Perhaps there's a small queue of tiny fists, each wielding a different gendered household implement, ready to bash in the heads of lying little roving reporters.
But you're lying, aren't you? Oh, shit. Fucking listen to me, you bastards. If you're out there, just piss off, you little fucking snuggle fuck. I'm too talented to die. Okay, it's fine. Oh, God.
Don't worry, Patrick.
Oh, are those snugglebugs on the thing? I thought they were birds.
What do you see, Patrick?
Only Satan. Oh, God, no. They're coming to me. You fucking little shit.
Thank you, Patrick, for that report, showing the nation, and more importantly, management, just how you belong. It's time for another break.
He's
but,
dead.
When we come back,
He's gone.
we'll be hoping to take your mind off the world for a little while, and who knows, maybe even bring you a few smiles. Join us after this. You're damn right. Yeah, I had them delivered.
The fuck?
Bannon Avenue.
This is the news. I'm running a news station. Wait, what am I whacking? Wait, what am I smacking? But yeah, we're working at the news station. These are like the camera angles. This is like the live feed that we can watch. Oh. Oh yeah, I get it now. I get it now. All right.
No, you're being a child. I'm not.
This is the live feed. This is what people are actually seeing on the broadcast.
I'm not. 5, 4.
I'm gonna die.
Welcome back to the National Nightly. Well, welcome back anyway. We know isolation isn't easy, so finally tonight...
Oh god. Welcome back, Subway.
It's not our job to entertain the public with absolute nonsense. Other, more important people overruled those people. So it's time to find out who will National Nightly win. And who will National Nightly lose.
National Nightly, National Nightly, National Nightly lose.
So, how do we play? Well, joining me is a man who knows all about playing. It's Tommy Harris. Hello, Tommy.
All right, Johnny. It's good to see ya.
And how are you finding the lockdown, Tommy?
What do you mean lockdown?
The enforced isolation of everyone in the country.
Ah, yeah, I think I heard.
Eh?
Yeah, I think I heard.
You're in bed, Tommy.
Yeah, you called during nap time, so.
Of course, that's my fault. So, why don't you tell us how the game is played?
Well, it's pretty simple, Jeremy, you sausage. I'm going to ask contestants from around the territory 3 questions about what else, yours truly. And those people are going to get a chance to win a very special prize.
And what are they playing for, Tommy?
Drum roll, please. Drum roll, please. Jeremy.
Oh.
Jeremy. Thank you. This.
Is that... What is that?
It's
Oh,
my
shit.
artistic support, Jeremy.
Oh.
But I've signed it. So
I turned off the broadcast because I flipped the switch.
Have we got anybody waiting to win this once in a lifetime prize, Jimmy?
I believe we have Angie on the line. How do you feel about winning this man's old pants, Angie?
I've never been so excited, Jeremy. And can I just say, I love you, both of you.
Well, you've said it now, haven't you?
smell you.
Angie, I love you.
Thanks, so boy.
In a way. Tell us about yourself, Angie.
Well, what can I say? My name is Angie, always has been. I'm a human woman, and my dental hygiene has been described as acceptable.
Brilliant! Right, well, shall we get this shambles on the way?
Absolutely, John. Can I get 30 seconds on the clock, please?
We haven't got a clock.
Yeah, I did ask for a clock. So,
Well, why don't you start, and I'll stop you
Okay.
when it inevitably becomes unbearable to watch.
I love it. All right, here we go. Time starts now. Question 1. When is my birthday?
The 13th of August at 7:19 a.m.
That is absolutely correct. Question 2.
I have a feeling that Angie is her mom.
What is my favourite colour?
Crushed praline 4.
Correct, the colour of my nipples. And finally,
What?
dear, what is my star sign?
That's a trick question. You were born outside of the human understanding of the cosmos.
Unbelievable, that is correct. Stop the clock.
Wow, that really was tough to watch. How did you do, Tommy?
Well, Angie, my love, you got
Mining, help me! I'm dumb!
Right. Which of course means you lose and win absolutely nothing. Thanks for playing, Angie. Bye. Do we
come over there?
On the line
What?
at Jelly Bean?
We do indeed. We should have Sonia Artleach. Are you there, Sonia?
Of course I am, Jamie, darling.
Thank you for being here, Sonia.
Oh, there you are, Tommy. Mwah.
Let me guess, you work in theatre, don't you?
Is it that obvious? What gave it away? Was it the glamour or poise?
It certainly wasn't your inherent sense of humility.
Tell us about yourself, Sonia.
Oh, well, if you must play this game. I am a theatrical agent. I represent
Soon,
the
Subway.
likes of Rudy Beefman, Samuel Coffee Cup, and Jodie Carpetburn, amongst others.
Carpet
And
burn.
how's the lockdown affected you, Sonia?
Well, they may have closed the theatres, shut the studios, and
No, I'm
ordered
flipping
the
it because I'm clicking on it.
cinemas. Get me that easily.
How are you managing without any work?
Due to a savvy clause in all of my artist
But I gotta hit it because
I am
these
able
things
to
are like
claim my
killing us.
15% from their unemployment
Or at least I think that's what's going on.
Wow, that certainly is sharp.
Standard stuff, standard stuff.
And can I ask, where are you speaking to us from?
Well, I work from home, you know, to keep costs down.
And who's this?
Yeah, anarchy in the
I was
streets.
actually mid-meeting with a client, so we've been isolated together.
No fucking way!
What the fucking fuck?
Tommy Harris, I'm a huge fan. Just tell you how bloody brilliant you are.
Actually, Jeff, we're about to play a game, aren't we, Tommy?
We've got time, we've got time.
Well, if it's not too bold, I think I am in love with you, Mr. Harris.
No, it's not too bold. That's all right. Don't worry.
Hey, I'd love to show you some of my stuff. I've been working on some new shit.
Well, at least you're already aware.
During lockdown, we've been workshopping some of Jeff's ideas for much younger children, haven't we?
People still let you near their children, do they?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I've been developing some shows for younger children.
Well, we'd love to see it, wouldn't we, Gerbil?
Alright.
Absolutely dying to.
Right, so, what do kids love?
Timely child support payments from their absent fathers.
Shallow and overproduced musical numbers?
That's right. Animals! So,
Animals!
I'm trying to address the things that kids need to know, but through a medium that they'll understand. Do you understand?
I think yes. I think so, yes.
Jeff's one of my best clients, aren't you?
I am, yeah. So, the first one we've been working on is called The King of the Jungle. Mortgage repayments. It's about a lion who's having problems with his interest rates.
I see. Does he have a broker?
He does, yes. He's a porcupine.
Hitting the wrong buttons.
Well, your work is universal, darling. It speaks to people.
I'm going to say something to you, mate. I think you're onto something here.
Oh, the bear!
Oh, yes, right. This one is much better. So, this one tells the tale of Mr. Bear. Now, Mr. Bear is a very sad bear, because all of the other bears don't think that he'll amount to much, and they tell him that his plays are lazy and derivative.
I think you're onto something, man.
Now, Mr. Bear is a tragic figure. Picture this. He's at his lowest ebb. The trees are closing in. He can't even face his salmon, can he? But then he meets someone that will change his life forever.
This is
He's just a little guy.
That's right. He meets a
Hey, Subway.
old
Fucking button.
octopus who takes him under his wing and says, "No, Mr. Bear, don't be sad. You're not like all the other bears. You have this ambition and these
7 more minutes, Jesus Christ.
Fucking dreams.
I think I love you, Jeff.
And what you need to do, Mr. Bear, says the octopus, probably doing an 8-armed gesture or something.
What you need to do to find happiness in this crazy old forest is you need to set yourself more realistic goals. It's called Mr. Bear Lowers His Expectations.
Wow. You really have taken yourself to new depths. And what do you want children to take away from this?
Oh, fuck shit, fuck.
What?
I said a more realistic worldview.
Are you all right, Jamboree?
It's Jeffrey. My name is Jeffrey Donington.
No, stop. How does it end? We need to know how it ends.
Well, all the animals learn a thing or two about inevitable mediocrity.
Yeah, and Mr. Bear settles down near to his parents' cave, stops trying to make his band happen, and he goes into bear telemarketing.
What makes you think Elmo won't cut you?
Maths teacher.
Oh, and we end... We end on a big musical number.
Of course.
Oh, there's dancing. It's very repetitive, so it's catchy but not too challenging. Well, if you like, I could go and get my boombox.
Yeah, I might be able to... Hang on. Can we get Angie back?
Why not? The more the merrier, as they say at orgies.
Right, I'll just fill then, shall I? Coming up in a moment, it's the world premiere that nobody saw coming.
Lights!
Or wanted. At all. I can only apologise in advance for what we're all about to endure.
You turn this shitting thing up.
Well, there's all sorts of creatures down on Dangly Doodle Farm. Like wise old Mr. Octopus with way too many arms. There's Mr. Pig and Mr. Cow, they're always in good moods. But that's 'cause they don't know they'll soon be sliced up into food.
Oh my.
Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's That's where your hopes go to turn into despair. Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's where your dreams go to die. Mr. Raccoon,
What the fuck?
He'll end up as a bus driver soon. Mr. Porcupine thinks he'll read the news at 9. He'll end up as a janitor who stinks of turpentine. Mr. Tiny Mouse thought he'd own a massive house, ended up in a bedsit where he can't control the louse. Mr. Horse thought he'd go into professional sports, now he's an alcoholic and he's on his third divorce. Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's the place your life becomes an endless questionnaire. Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's where your hopes go to die. Lower your expectations. Maybe you could get a job in telecommunications. No matter how you try, you'll never reach the League of Nations. The best you'll get is middle rank in trading operations. So lower your expectations.
The whole lamp, dude.
You'll never win an Oscar, so there's no congratulations. The future that is coming will not meet specifications, and no amount of visualizations will save you from your own deterioration. Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's a tramp who thought he'd be a multi-millionaire. Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's where self-esteem goes to die. Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's the disappointment that is waiting everywhere. Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's where your schemes go to die. That's where your dreams go to die. That's where dreams go to die.
Well, I'm sure we'll all still be singing that tomorrow morning. That's it from us for tonight.
Happy Halloween,
Many
what the
thanks to all our
fuck?
guests. I look forward to seeing them all again. Eventually. But before we go, Alex, I wondered if I might have a word. You see, I've had my eye on you, friend, and I've got to say I'm not liking what I'm seeing. You keep letting me down, chum. Playing it safe. Making the dull, boring choices, failing to assert yourself. No one likes a pushover, Alex. You know that.
Okay.
And frankly, chum, you're acting like a bit of a wimp.
I don't know, I was playing with like
Alex,
potatoes.
will you give away your passport so my super rich sibling can abandon
Ah.
us all? Sure. Here it is. Pathetic. Can I have the money we need for food so I can go around the continent on a jolly? Sure, Susie. We can always eat your grandma when we run out of food. Wouldn't it have felt better to take charge? Aren't you tempted to just lay down the law?
I'm playing this again. I don't think I'll play it now because I do want to head out here because we've been going for too long.
Obviously.
But if this is like it for the story,
Power. Control. We're all drawn to it, like
Yes.
rats to the piper. Don't you care where your sun goes at night? You will when you
Go
find
away.
out. Look, far be it from me to try and lead you down the dark pathway, although sort of is my whole raison d'etre. But imagine, just for a moment, that none of this was real. It was just some stupid game where you could just do it all over again if it all went wrong. Imagine if Sam and
seriously
Charlie
went wrong,
and
dude.
Susie were just characters. Wow.
It seriously did go wrong.
for the
This is
fun
I
we could
cannot deal with this Five Nights at
being
Freddy's
bad,
bullshit.
You know? For the hell of it. My name's Megan Wolf. Have an evil night. Ugh. Jen, I'm just gonna go smoke. Okay, can you get Bozeman on the phone? Babe, I don't care if this is a dream, a bad trip, or a shock-induced coma. I did not sign up to be dressed like a slag, doshing out wristies for a 20. Alright, I'm a professional news anchor, not a fucking bogan.
Fucking bogan?
Bad enough that he makes me do that unconvincing accent the whole time. I mean, look at this.
Nobody can hear it. Nobody can hear it because it's on the thing. Why? Wake up. Oh, this is a dream. What the fuck? Alrighty. I have reason to believe that this is the end of the story. But I'm just gonna keep going. That's full. Still going. Alright. The rhythmic beeping of the heart monitor brings you slowly back to consciousness. Opening your eyes, you're greeted by the semicircle of concerned faces. Your family, by your side, a reassuring familiar sight is in these new surroundings. Okay. You feel that hand on yours, gentle but reassuring. Sam, they're with you always. Their expression, understandably concerned, is somehow more affectionate than ever. We knew you'd be okay, never doubted for a second, and if I ever see that Bozeman, squeeze their hand back and attempt a week. Worry lines, blah, blah, blah. Just as you feel Susie's absence, you notice Charlie fidgeting, clearly trying to not look worried. I'll be fine, Charlie. Leave the blanket alone. Of course I am, buddy. So you're definitely good, right? Of course I am. There's nothing to worry about. Yeah, I'm alright. I'm alright, donkey. Surprisingly, well, all things considered. Excellent. There's no sign of real damage. He turns to leave, but then stops at the door. Oh, and the private room care. The dark, looks rather expensive. Has all been paid by Mr. Bozeman. He left these few flowers, said not to worry, and take the rest of the cup he'll take you on Monday. Seems that the least he could do. See you on Monday, boss. Do we want to keep going, or should we call it here? It's up to y'all. Shall we do? Burden to bear. You come home to a particularly late shift. Softly, everyone's usually in bed now. Softly open the door. Sam said, "The table, bills, and papers are strewn. Biscuits." They give you a quick kiss as you sit next to them. Goes the bill they're holding. We've been doing our... It has been fucking insane. Boarding party. It's like randomly it's joining us over. Yeah, exactly. It's 20 seasons in. That was probably the least like craziest like one. The first one was pretty weird. The second one was fucking bonkers. It was the third one, I think. The third one started off with the third one started off with what was it? I don't know. There was like ping pong or whatever. It was some weird fucking ping pong thing. It was crazy. But yeah, each like one of these like adverts and all this shit, like everything at the news table is fucking weird. Anyway, I don't care what's going on. I'm so sorry. Kitchen table swims before you. You stare at the door. Tomorrow you'll need to tell the kids and then book an appointment at the transition center. Day 201, a letter home. Oh, feel like a laugh comedy it is. Hey sweetheart, Charlie lost Susie's present. Would you mind looking for it tonight? Yeah, sure. Proof, it's nice of... I really don't care. I don't want to read anymore. I just want to get back to the news. I think we'll do one more broadcast. If we get one more broadcast, I'll gladly There we go. We'll do this last broadcast, and I think we should head out. Just because I've been going for solid 8 hours. But I am excited. I am excited to replay this. Not only, like, with what I'm currently doing, but just with what's going on. But also, I think I am going to turn off the... Nah, I'll do it next time, though. I'll leave it on now. Impromptu 24-hour stream. Never do an impromptu 24-hour stream. Never. I mean, that's true. Already 1/3 of the way there, but...
Problem? I want her fired today, now.
Don't worry, Kath, it'll be all right.
No, it won't be all right, Kath. Pack up your weapons of optical destruction and get out.
You realise you're beginning to sound like me?
I mean it, Kath.
What is going on?
Stay where you are, Kath. Jenny?
This is not Jenny's decision, Jeremy, or yours.
It'll be all right. I'll talk to
Oh,
You can tell him I'll return his wife's casserole.
Must be
She'll
played,
tell him
okay.
Next week.
Sport, yep.
Jenny?
It must... There we go.
Sorry, Kath, we're gonna have to leave.
Uh-oh. Wait, we have a VCR that's broken.
She nearly blinded me.
10 seconds,
I thought we were all part of a team these days.
We have a broken VCR.
Sorry, high mighty and do your job.
You'll have me fired too.
Don't tempt me.
We have 2 adverts.
Good evening. I'm Megan Wolf.
And I'm Jeremy Dawson. Our main headlines tonight.
The establishment strikes back. The World Council has agreed today to impose punitive sanctions on the people of this country.
The sanctions, which are broad-ranging, include restrictions on the supply of oil and gas, food, clothing, and even some medicines. But how should we react? We asked the public.
What do you think about all these sanctions?
I doubt it make a lot of difference, Pet. I've lived through 2 world wars and I smoke 40 a day. And if that ain't killed me, I doubt this will either.
Thanks, Patrick. Fascinating stuff.
Popular Prime Minister Julia
Wait, Patrick's
Salisbury
still alive?
has released a reassuringly brave statement in response to the World Council's controversial announcement.
This international declaration is nothing short of outrageous. We are a democratically elected government with massive popular support. Recognise these sanctions. And we encourage other socially progressive nations of the world to both resist and ignore them. Advance have struck fear into the heart of the international community by showing that it is possible to have radical change for the betterment of the many. And whilst I wish we could improve other countries as much as we have our own, we do not rely on the help of others to thrive. This country is entirely self-sufficient. We are a team, now more than ever. And this team is on your side. Thank you.
Defiant stuff. But what do you, the public, think of our government's stance? Robin Short found out.
Hi there. I was wondering if you could spend a moment to give us your thoughts on the government.
Honestly, I think they're doing a great job. I know the assets and world checks have made the difference for us with the cost of the little one. And people seem, happier in the main. I always said things would get better with a woman in charge.
A Flard Day's night. Following the release of the Flard Master 5000.
It's definitely something where you
production
can't,
of
you
Flard
gotta
are at
focus
an
on the
all-time
game. You can't
high,
focus on
requiring the new
anything else.
manufacturing facility in Grizzleford to move to 24-hour a day.
Especially when you have to move camera
With people
angles.
finding more and more uses for the ever-versatile Flard, the team at Remington Cyst certainly have their hands full keeping up with demand.
So, is there anything better than a handful of Flards? We asked Patrick to find out. Patrick?
What's your opinion of Flards?
I'd get them banned, mate. Flards killed 3 members of my family and more than 1 pet. We should have stuck with Werbs. They were safer then.
The delicate sound of thunder, a frightening start for commuters this morning, who were confronted by a somewhat sinister sight as they left their trains.
Many travellers reported feeling intimidated by the silent figures who stood motionless outside every major station in the capital. Radical extremist group Disrupt, who organised the show of strength, refused to comment on the meaning of the strange protest.
Or to apologise to this presenter for making him drop his morning bagel in surprise.
But how do we feel about these somewhat radical extremists and their upsetting methods? Robin found out.
Can I ask your opinions on Disrupt?
Are those the guys in black with the orange fist thing?
That's right.
can I be honest?
Of course. This is journalism.
They scare me a bit.
Bubbling up, intrepid
Alrighty.
scientist Dr. David Wong and Dr. Ingrid Sforsborg and Hawkinsford today
What
sent
the
a
fuck was
blueprint
that
of the
name?
escape craft in which they hope to finally leave Dante's taint.
Dante's
With
taint.
expert opinions of the plan running the gamut from optimistically engineered to that looks like something my granddad made in his shed, it sounds like the unfortunate team are going to need all the thoughts and prayers they can get.
So what should we think about the escape plan? Patrick Bannon again.
So I'd imagine that you think this is a great plan.
Oh my God! How did you know? It's a brilliant idea. I hope everyone gets behind them so that they know that we're with them. In spirit, of course. I can't actually go diving because I'm scared of salt.
Oh. It's SG. Scared of
I
salt.
am not a number. Applications finally opened today for the new Advanced Team membership cards, a scheme by the government to allow fast access to all.
I like how they
public
actually say
services
scheme.
introduced daily.
The team membership cards are entirely voluntary, but will be recognised as legal identification by all major organisations, including the police, banks, and, vitally, pubs and bars.
And of course, there's no charge, Jeremy.
All right,
It
then
all
let's do
seems
that.
too good to be true.
Well, you've always been a cynic. But most importantly, what should you, the public, think about the new team membership cards?
Fuck it.
Team membership cards.
Oh yeah, fantastic. I'm applying today. I mean, why wouldn't you? What are these protesters doing? They don't want us to know who their names are. Besides, have you seen the savings you can get? I'm getting one for the little one as well.
Oh, how adorable.
Yeah, gonna be a proper little team member, aren't you? Yes, he smiled. He smiled.
And finally,
I'm
tonight,
very happy
back
that
of the net,
like this is so,
popular
a
sports
lot
personality
slower.
Johnny Hamsleeves and his fiancée Tiffany Lamore was spotted out today doing a little shopping for what many are already calling the greatest wedding ever.
We can only assume that Tiffany's latest show, My Teenage Secretions, has sold better than expected, as by the looks of things, the whole affair's about to become more expensive than Lil C's shoe collection.
I don't know who that is.
But what should your opinion be of this extravagant display of wealth?
Don't really care, love.
Wise words there.
Later
I
tonight,
changed my
in
mind
the
right at the end.
switcheroo, it'll be Jeremy in the culture chair, spitting rhymes with popular rapper Jay Zus. And then we'll both be chatting with a
Here we
whole
go.
team of thespians set to
This
take
is where it gets
everything by
tougher.
storm again.
That's all coming up on tonight's
National
Nightly
Nightly
News.
News.
Alright. And still got a little bit more to go. The Furbies are no longer on the screen. So that's good. And back to one. Back to one.
First tonight, thankfully, some news as we return to our main story.
The World Council today agreed that punitive and potentially illegal sanctions should be imposed upon
Okay.
this country. The sanctions, which come into effect immediately, aim to stop the flow of food, fuel, and even some medicines from reaching
Oh, what the fuck is
Tonight, we have
this?
guests from across the continent to discuss this unprecedented situation. For Advance, Peter Clement is at his home in Lamfordshire. Are you there, Peter?
Yes, I can hear you, Jeremy. Thank you for having me.
A momentous day, Prime Minister. Are you shaken?
Oh, I don't scare that easy, I'm afraid, old son. And neither do the people of this country.
Well, joining us is Ivan Vodovich, Foreign Minister of Urkistan. Ivan, thank you for being here.
It's a great pleasure. You, Megan Wolf, are like strongest guard at labor camp who wake up inside body of crazy, expensive prostitute. In my country, you will be worshipped as a god.
Okay. Minister, as one of those arguing most strongly for these sanctions, how do you feel about Advance's defiant stance?
Advance is like man who thinks he
Oh,
has
fuck,
big
wrong one.
idea in movies land, when actually he in dirty sanitarium, screaming at mirror and holding tiny penis in hand.
He's clearly not from Svenland, and we have like some of the cleanest mental health facilities in the continent, yeah?
And welcome to Svenland's Minister of Mojo, Björk. I'm sorry, we don't appear to have your surname.
It's just Björk, yeah. We don't use things like socially divisive surnames here, yeah.
Minister?
Fuck
It's
off.
just Björk, yeah.
Right, Björk. Your country spoke in favour of Advance at the World Council today, but you were noticeably absent when it came to the actual vote.
Well, what a surprise. The hippies didn't show up for the fight.
Actually, that's quite racist, because if you must know, we were going to go to the whole, like, vote thing, yeah? but it's actually the festival of Feuerland here at the moment, where we honor the old generations. So like we all had to work our grandparents' linear whilst the vote was happening, and that's like a really, really time-consuming process, actually.
You're like sissy man.
Oh, fuck,
You know
wrong
this
button.
expression, Sissy man is like man with tiny penis who like to wash more than once a week.
Actually, that's quite homophobic, yeah,
Oh,
because...
stop winding him up, Ivan. We're not back at the Grange now. Sorry, Jeremy. Ivan and I used to play golf back in my media days.
Yeah, he always wins.
Nothing gives him greater pleasure than grinding people's gears. The more publicly, the better.
Peter, you're like man with tiny penis who think he has tiny penis, but actually
Man
he
with
is covered up.
tiny penis.
Oh, could it be? No, it's tiny penis.
Ivan's just worried. When the rest of the world sees how well we're doing, they'll notice all that dosh that he's got squirreled away. Because that's what these sanctions are, Megan. They're the last pathetic gasp of an establishment in collapse. Wolves at the gates, Ivan, old mate.
Good. They can join others on my wall.
Actually, in Svenland, we have like serious animal welfare legislation. And like my friend Helge, she got arrested for killing a butterfly that was hovering over her fuel thing. I mean,
I can't-
in English, jam sandwich.
I used to know a girl called Jan Sandwich.
Jam sandwich. Wait. Jan sandwich.
We seem to be wandering a little from the news here.
That's human interest, Jeremy. The real people behind the headlines and all that. So if you're watching, Jan, give us a call.
Really?
Yeah. Let's see if we can't organise a reunion.
Crash, I'm not sure about that. I'll have to run it past Mrs. Clement first, eh?
Peter, you're like man trying to empty ashes of mistresses into oncoming vein. Soon you have tiny penis and beard full of secrets.
In
Penis.
Finland, we don't really go into all that restricted monogamy stuff here. We're kind of fluid, actually.
Okay, well, it seems that we are running out of
Oh
time.
my god.
Yes, so before we go to the break, briefly, if you would, gentlemen, with the people of this country facing shortages and power
Possible shortages and power
Right.
outages.
Yes, of course. Thank you.
Yes, of course.
Possible shortages and power outages.
Mm.
Can you summarise your thoughts for us, Minister Bjerg?
Well, from here, yeah, you all look a bit stupid really arguing about outdated divisive concepts like money. In Finland, we replaced currency with a system of bodily fluids back in the 1970s.
What the
And that's like a really
Party fluid.
Thank you, Minister Votovich.
Your country is like man who
Tiny
invented
penis.
perfect trap for giant
But now he
European
really.
bear.
No, he has
Really
tiny
is
penis.
standing in
He needs to say it again, please
Holding
say.
his tiny penis, yes. Thank you, Minister. And finally, Prime Minister Clement.
Let me talk to your viewers here, Jeremy. Don't worry, everybody.
Okay, I think we're getting
Don't
to
be
our
afraid.
first advert.
Don't even lose a wink of sleep.
I want-
We knew the rest of the world would react this way, and we're ready.
All right.
As me old man
I think we'll
used
do.
to
I
say,
think we'll do the main one
you
first,
can't
which
make a
is
shag pie
A.
without blocking a few toilets.
Thank you, Prime Minister.
Reassuring words there.
We'll be back.
After these messages.
1 minute back.
Oh,
Hey, Peter, I over your way this weekend. You fancy a quick 9?
Yeah, sure. front
little
and back.
tiny penis.
That's what I hope you're asking Megan Wolf for me.
She's out of your league, mate.
Correction.
Well, you have to be more careful.
It's all part of his long-term plan to get fired live on the news at 6 in front of the nation.
Can someone warn him it's going a little too well?
There we go. All right. Yeah. Check. Let's hear the advert.
This is important. New government censorship should show up in blue. Same as regular censoring. Keep an eye out for the advanced blue waveform.
All right. So on the wave thing, this is what's gonna prevent people from saying certain words. All right.
Are you still meant to
That can
bow
work. That can work.
to foreign royalty?
What?
Should I just like curtsy?
Hang on. Have they given you the Crown Prince report?
Well,
Megan?
This is Jeremy, and he'll be interviewing you.
Yo, thanks for having me on your show, man.
It's quite all right.
Yo, just
All right.
you're not gonna ask me.
Anarchy in the
5
streets.
and 10 seconds.
So you put that get up.
I think she says welcome back. At least I hope so.
Going in 5,
Who says it?
3.
All right, I'm gonna say her. I'm gonna say her.
welcome back. I'm Megan Wolf. Later, we have an exclusive first look at a theatrical sensation everyone's going to be talking about. But first, it's time to go over to the culture spot with lovely old Jeremy Donaldson, who's joined by a very special guest. Jeremy.
Thanks, Megan. I have the honour and privilege of being joined by hip-hop royalty. He's been called the son of the streets and the father of truth. Not sure how that works, but whatever. Let's welcome Jesus!
Thanks, Jeremy. Yeah, it's a real honour to be here on this show, The News. You know, as a kid on the streets, I used to watch you through a window of the shop, so to be here right now is crazy.
You've had quite the journey to be here today. Can you tell us about it?
Well, you know, I try not to, well, you know, the past is the past, and I don't like to dwell on it.
I understand.
But yeah, man, the streets is all I remember. Like, my mother donated me to a charity shop soon after I was born. Elderly lady.
Wait, what?
You know, she let me sleep on a pile of crime fiction until I taught myself how to walk.
Wow, that's...
that doesn't sound true.
And she died tragically. Right there in my arms, man. You know, I remember a tear falling as she laid there next to the used homeware. And in that moment, I became a child of the streets. I was just 18 months old.
What a tale. What a tale. You're known for your direct and honest lyrics. Was your style informed by your troubled past?
Well, like I said, I try not to talk about it. It's just, it's just too hard.
Of course.
But my first album is about the story.
He was interrupting him.
I stole, so I wouldn't starve. A small group of infants came to see me as their de facto leader. They call me Mr. Cheese Slice.
Mr. Cheese Slice? Like, the thing is, I'm focusing on the game, so, like, I'm just hearing, like, certain
Recently,
certain words.
outspoken about the government.
Yeah, fuck the government. Fuck Advance. Fuck Peter Clement.
What is it that you object to so vehemently?
Well, you know, they stole from us. They're taking our money and spending it, man.
Redistributing it. Actually, homelessness has been all but eliminated in the last couple of months.
So?
Alright.
Surely that's a cause close to your heart?
Yeah, nah, of course, man, very much so. I just mean, like, why do I have to pay for it, you know?
You don't. People have been rehoused on property seized from the historically wealthy. And that couldn't have been you, could it?
Look, yeah, I worked hard to be here. I built this from nothing, and I deserve to be rewarded for that.
Okay.
Would you say you worked harder than, say, a farmer or a care worker?
I don't know. But if people are taking something from my music, choose to value it, buy it, who's to say I don't? And no one can take that away from me.
Not even to help, say, vulnerable children? Mr. Cheese Slice?
What is it you're trying to say?
I just don't understand where you've placed yourself politically. I mean, is it ideological or is it tactical?
Well, it's more of a,
Or
like,
maybe it's hereditary.
stop trying to tie me in knots with your words, Jeremy. I let the music speak for itself. And the people agree with me.
Well, that remains to be seen. But you have given me a very easy segue out of a conversation that I promised
Wait, what
you
the fuck
was
is
much
this?
more painful for me than it was for you.
Oh.
So here he is with his hit song, Mrs. Ludlow's Tears.
Oh no, I'm gonna do something a little different. It's a new single I've been working on.
Oh, so this is unapproved, is it?
Yeah, you love it.
Excellent. Don't worry, we've got a state-of-the-art censorship system. What's the worst that can
Great,
happen?
that's the worst that can
here he
happen.
is with a new song. Aren't we lucky? It's Jesus!
First, you're gonna pay up. You're gonna pay back.
Oh, here we go.
Well, we're all different races from many different places. At any given moment, only one could be the greatest. So you can feel the nation for your participation. Still two leaders in this motherfucking nation. Now we're getting sanctioned, talking about expansion. Why does Julius require a massive fucking mansion? So fuck all your schemes. I don't need your freaky team, and I don't need your help to achieve my fucking dreams.
I'm letting some of it go through, but
So don't make a fuss when you find you're one of us. Yeah, every single one of you's a bit Jesus. And you can call me crazy, cause no one ever pays me. But I won't waste a lifetime being motherfucking lazy. I may be inventive, my taste may be
I'm not gonna let the curse
expensive,
words
but
go
why
through,
would I get out of bed with no fucking incentive? Although it's contravention of your obvious intention, I like to eat a little of the fruits in my invention. You make us the same, but we're not all the same. All our dreams, all our schemes, all our means are not the same. The best of the praise, of the crest of the wave, cause we're only equal people when we're motherfucking slaves. Take this fact, gonna stain it red, gonna slam it into Peter Clemens' motherfucking head, cause he's thick as shit, he's got a job he's unfit for. It's time to spawn a castle with a motherfucking pitchfork. So this is for the snub ones, the push and the shove ones, the folks that feel the burden of their motherfucking loved ones who had plenty like a motherfucking Bentley, the ones who now finding that
Stop
the bank accounts are
cursing!
empty, the ones of aspiration who had to flee a nation, the ones who built a business out of dreams of perspiration. There's all sorts of people, the good and the evil. It only takes a glance to see we're not all equal. You make us the same, but we're not all the same. All our dreams, all our schemes, all our means are not the same. And the best of the praise, of the crest of the ways, cause we're only equal people when we're motherfucking slaves. Gonna take this fact, gonna stain it red, gonna slam it into Peter Clemens' motherfucking head, cause he's thick as shit, he's got a job he's unfit for. It's time to spawn a castle with a motherfucking pitchfork. Get out of your seats,
Motherfucking pitch. I'm noticing it now, cause again.
Let him feel some fucking heat. Take your hate to go getters, you're squilling bet letters, and burn them on the powers of advances fucking letters. Gonna take this fact, gonna stain it red, gonna slam it into Peter Clemens' motherfucking head, cause he's thick as shit, he's got a job he's unfit for. Time to spawn a castle with a motherfucking pitchfork. Chase that dream, you don't need a fucking team, and advances little dances aren't as harmless as it seems, cause
This is so tough, dude. There's so much to censor.
your minds and your fists to destruct.
Jesus there with his new song. Thank you so much for joining us in the studio. I'm sorry. I may not agree with you, but I'd just like to offer you an apology. I've just been told that there was some kind of issue upstairs, and an attempt was made to censor some of your lyrics.
What? Are you joking?
I'd just like to say to you and everyone at home that this was a mistake.
This is absolutely ridiculous. I cannot believe this.
Here at the National Nightly News, we pride ourselves on remaining neutral, unbiased, and independent of any outside interference. You have my word. We will never censor ideas. Back to you, Megan.
Well, a bit of dangerous language there.
Well, okay, I wouldn't. Next time I won't censor the blue stuff. I'll censor the red stuff, though.
Coming up, we'll be speaking to a couple of familiar faces about their upcoming.
There we go. This is what I'm excited for.
We'll be right back after this.
That's the ad.
Just a reminder, fixing that old VCR.
Perfect, perfect. Oh yeah.
This is just
Must have tool for every man in summer. Yes.
Oh, trust me.
Alright.
My father's going to hear about this.
I understand. This is unbelievable, Megan.
Fine. I will do the political statements, but I mean, the phone said no. Oh, that's the first time I didn't get an A+. No, it's all good, JDK. I don't even know what's going on.
No, here we go. Put in.
If we could just get you in position.
Oh no. Oh no.
This is Ms. Raiden.
Not that.
Together again, eh? Who'd have thought it?
Oh no, it's these guys again.
Right, okay then. We're going live in 10 seconds.
Turn
Opening on
that
camera
down.
1.
Opening on camera 1. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. Opening on camera 1.
5, 4, 3,
Welcome back. And no, you're not mistaken. Sitting across from us are some very familiar faces.
You really are too kind, Megan. It was only a yogurt commercial, but I'm still proud of it.
Here to talk about his new show, we're joined by National Treasure Tommy Harris, the National Theatre's Philippa Raven, and National Deficit Jeff Algebra.
It's so lovely to have you all. Tommy, would you like to tell us about the show?
You know what? I'd bloody love to. It's about me. It's
About me.
And where did the idea come from?
Have a good one, JK.
So, right, picture this. Their legs akimbo, mid-session, sweat is pouring out of me like an immense hog. And then
Oh my.
Cindy comes in, she says, Pete's on the phone.
That's Peter Clement, the Prime Minister.
Yeah, Pete's actually a really good mate of mine.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah, no.
Oh, was that swear word? I don't know, whatever.
Very good goal sweeper. Anyway, so, yeah, Pete, he says, Toby, he thinks my name's Toby, see? He says, how would you like to spread your message of team spirit and cooperation across this fractured nation? How would you like to really make a difference in these desperate times?
What did you say?
Yeah, right, yeah.
What?
So, Jeff,
Yeah, all right,
the
yeah.
question on everyone's lips is, what in God's name are you doing here?
Well, after the success of my debut work and all the people that I've touched, I knew that I had a
What?
career in theatre. Yeah? I've always been an admirer of Tommy from afar. So when my manager phoned and said that I'd been offered the gig as director, I was ecstatic. I whipped my trousers off and got straight to work.
Why did you do that?
I do all my best work with my trousers off.
What?
I've been told that too.
No, I wouldn't say so.
Right, Tommy, sorry, would you just give us a sense of what the show is actually about?
It's about how hard it's been for me and some of the struggles that I've faced. It's like really getting to the heart of how tough it is to be me. I call it.
I mean, to be perfectly fair, I don't have my trousers on either, so.
Jesus, that was hard.
Catchy. We actually have some clips
I have
of the
shorts on.
process of the show. Would you mind telling us what's going on here?
Yeah, so the show is built around two things that are very important to me. It mixes scenes from my life as well as epic fantasy retellings of scenes from my life.
But Dad, you promised you'd come to my graduation.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry, son. You're an embarrassment.
But
What
Dad,
the fuck
you
is
promised
this?
you'd come to my graduation.
Back, demon! Back to the hell!
Philippa, what's it been like co-starring with Tommy Harris?
I've always dreamed of spreading the boards at medium-scale regional theatres, Megan. And for once, this show really gives me something to sink my teeth into.
What's different about this show then?
Tommy, Mr. Harris's show really lets me show my tremendous range as an actor. I've always suffered from typecasting, forced to play the same tired characters in every god-awful yogurt advert or godforsaken soap opera or, God forbid, a pantomime. But, you know, this show has really let me just go there.
Jeff, the viewers at home will be dying to know exactly what is it that you bring to the show.
Oh, good question. I think these guys would agree with me when I say that it's my steady hand on the tiller, my arm round the shoulder approach that's really brought the production from strength to strength.
Absolutely right. Jeff's contributions are immeasurable.
Wait.
Can you give us a sneak peek of anything else that might be in the show?
Yeah, all sorts, yeah.
Yep. We've got lots of exclusive first-hand experiences of Tommy's time in the underground sports board scene.
And some epic fantasy retellings of Tommy's time in the underground sports board scene.
Of course. Of fucking course.
You'll never take the sacred pass!
And am I right in saying this was officially commissioned by the government?
Yeah, all paid for by the taxpayer, which
I'm losing my mind.
actually a lifesaver, really.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say that without Advance's support, we'd have had to cut the finale.
Which frankly would have been a travesty.
Oh, God, Jesus Christ!
Goodness, and you do this every night?
Absolutely. It's a metaphor.
For what?
Death.
And the public are footing the bill, are they?
Too bloody right they are. Between the cost of my tour bus and the dry cleaning
What
my
the
car,
hell?
I'm barely scraping a profit here.
Amazing. And where can the folks at home come and see this for themselves?
We're performing all over the nation.
And people can see it for absolutely free, all courtesy of Advance. Isn't that incredible, Jeremy?
Yes, it's unbelievable.
Well, thank you all so much for coming. Next time we see you, no doubt you'll have taken our jobs.
That's all we have time for tonight. Join us tomorrow when I'll be interviewing the world's most attractive horse. I'm Jeremy Donaldson.
And I'm Megan Wolf. And from all of us here, have a peaceful night.
That's the ads. Let's get reset for tomorrow, please.
Hey, we must stop bumping into each other like this, eh?
Oh, she didn't even. None of them shake their hands. Oh, at least. Oh, let's go. Good job, Jeremy. Jeremy's at least being nice. She was just like, yeah, I'm not gonna touch that. All right, good job. I feel like this feels a little bit like Papers, Please. Just in the sense of like this other stuff where it's like you gotta take care of your money and all this, and you have a family, like all that, and then you go to like the main part of the game, which is obviously, you know, the Papers, Please section, or in this case, this fucking news broadcasting, which is the most insane thing in the world. And I love it. This is a drug trip, dude. I'm not even lying. But anyway, let's make a decision of what we shall do. Do y'all want to raid out now, or should we do one more, only one more, news broadcast? We'll decide that as I look into whatever the hell this is. Oh, that's the.
Well, I'm sure we'll all still be singing that tomorrow morning. That's it from
Mr.
us
Bear.
for tonight. Many thanks to all our guests. I look forward to seeing them all again.
Interesting. No, I don't care about the adverts. So do we want one more? Yeah, I'll set up a poll here. Here, set up a poll. I'm gonna set it to be 2 minutes. One more broadcast or raid now. Oh. Alright. I'd love to see one more, but I won't. No. It's completely up to you guys, because I'm starting to see, you know, people are dropping. And, I completely understand if we got, you know, if people want to, you know, go somewhere else. But, I mean, that's what the poll is for. How do I enter these giveaways? But in the meantime, hang on, I'm gonna mute the stream here. I'm gonna mute the stream audio while we let the poll go through. Or actually, you know what I'll do? Here's what I'll do. I'm gonna hope. No, okay, that didn't do anything. I'm gonna just do that. I'm gonna take the game's music where I don't. It's not on here. Great. Alright. Did that fully close the game? Okay, it didn't. But we're gonna save and quit just so I can get somewhere and be able to do this. Alright.
Good evening. I'm Megan Wolf.
And I'm Jeremy Dawes. Our main headlines tonight.
Starting!
Alright, well, no, that just turns off all the volume, and I don't want that. Alright, I'll just leave it like that for a minute so I can do what I want to do here. I wanna help out my homie, Mr. Shadow. I want to bother Shadow. So first off, let's reset.
Magna. Did you not change your game?
Magna.
I get. It kind of looks like Gimli flying around.
Did you not change your game?
I did.
And I wasn't sure if you'd remember to.
Oh, yeah, I did.
I love Shadow. I love messing with my boy. Anyway, we are going to be joining, or we are going to be raiding into somebody. I don't know who yet, but we are going to do one more broadcast, as I said. So, Kawaii, we will be doing one more broadcast for you, darling.
Really getting started.
Yeah, let's turn the audio back up.
Good evening. I'm Megan
Perfect.
Wolf.
And I'm Jeremy Dawes. Our main headlines tonight.
What the hell's the challenge room? Switcher. Oh. Alright. Interfereful. Bozeman has taken away the cable to the satellite to save money. And because he thought it might be a snake. Because he thought it might be a snake. Okay. Now we've got interference all over the shop, and it's coming faster than ever. Stay on your toes. Switcheroo. Yikes. Yikes-arino. Shocking development. Yeah, that's what... Oh. Interesting. Yeah, Sportsboard was fucking crazy. Sportsboard is definitely the one where y'all need to, like... It's insane, alright? Anyway, let's go back to the campaign, continue with 360 News with the ladder worth climbing. One more. We're going one more. Oh, we're getting close to 300 days. Lovely. Back from Go-Getters. I really don't care. Ready? You and Sam grin back at your son. You're thrilled that he's happy and doing well. Alright, let's do that. Like, I was expecting to do news every single day, but yeah, I mean, that's not viable because this game is, like, insane. Shopping, something that always seems so tedious. Well, pausing it too long. You'll roll it down. You rummage into the glove box, produce your card. Oh. He pats the bonnet on your car and waves you off. I don't care if the cards are mandatory now. If they were free, you know, I'd take one. Okay. Channel 1 is having a mandatory work event. Fine. Alright. A national news night. Alright, here we go. Last one. Never mind. Fuck. You submit, being patted down. I'm Alex Winston. You pause for a second to take it all in. At least the food should be good. Dinner is indeed lovely. Alright. Oh, I'm getting an award. Both Peter and Julia stand up, except before saying clearly that was the right speech. Just as finishing up dinner, one of the other people at your table points behind you. As to turn, you see Bozeman walking briskly past with Julia in tow. You're pretty sure he was pointedly ignoring you. He seems to be introducing the Prime Minister to a selection of the people at different tables. You finish off the rest of the meal, listen to the few speeches, and then head home. Yes, exactly. Alright. You guys have another raffle. Yeah, let's go. Okay, here we go. Final broadcast of the night. Again, let me know if the audio is bad. Oh no, it's a heat wave.
This is a staff announcement. This is Mr. Bozeman, your boss. Now that we have this newfangled tannoy system up and running, I wanted to take the opportunity to remind you all that we value productivity and attention to detail above all other concerns.
Alright.
Also, that
Must be played.
sandwich in the fridge is mine and mine alone. Bozeman out.
Yeah. Ooh.
I'm sweating like Peter Clement in an off-license here.
Family-friendly thing.
What, you've got someone to hose down the sun, have you?
Yes, they've just strapped on their wax wings.
Classical allusion to
It's
substitute
careful,
air conditioning.
Licorice.
You know, I
Alright.
genuinely thought you'd be in a better mood today.
Kawaii, I don't
Yes,
trust
but he
these
is.
Remington Smith people, do you?
Handler.
Who, Andy?
I don't know what the fuck his name is.
I'm
do
doing
I?
it.
He's here to keep us safe from people like Disrupt.
More like keep us in line.
A family-friendly holiday camp. Alright, cool.
10 seconds, everybody.
Alright, here we go.
So, we've got any actual real news tonight?
Well, the
No?
wildfire, that good enough
Should we
for
do
you?
it still?
Going
Oh,
in
well,
5,
okay, we can't take it
4,
out.
3.
Good
How's it going,
evening.
Rick?
I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Our main headlines tonight. Siege mentality. The World
Alright, let's
Council
do it,
today
whatever.
established a military blockade to enforce the unjust and punitive sanctions now entering their 10th week. In a statement from team headquarters a short time ago, Prime Minister Julia Salisbury issued
Alright.
a commanding response
As long as it's
to this
funny.
unprovoked escalation.
The World Council should make no mistake. This blockade and the illegal sanctions
wanna
it
hear the
seeks to
broadcast
enforce
sound.
are an act of war and will be treated as such. Any incursion, however slight, into our territory will be met with swift and deadly force. You have been warned.
Taking the plunge? Far be it for us to be cynical, but it's beginning to seem like the wedding of a certain celebrity power couple is more about attention than it is about love. As this leaked photo shows, the naturals of heartthrob Johnny Handsleeves and art snob Tiffany Lamore were far from conventional when they finally tied the knot this week. Eyewitnesses claim that the fuse was lit sometime during the vows, and that his entrance to the reception through 3 windows and an exterior wall
I
was
definitely don't want to do it
particularly
naked.
memorable. In it to win it, exciting news from Advance today with the announcement of a new monthly prize draw for all team membership card holders. Every month, lucky winners from across the country will be picked at random to receive what Team HQ are describing as unique prizes worth more than money used to be. Take up on the scheme has been much higher than expected, and if this lucky winner's delighted face is anything to go by, it looks like pretty soon everyone's going to have one. A bridge
Indeed.
too flat. After disappointing sales leave them with a massive flood surplus, Remington's Fist have had to find a use for their overflowing stocks. After the decision to ramp up production was met with public outcry, Sophia Remington has let slip the future for the overflowing flock of failed floods. Hoping to recapture the public's imagination, Remington's Fist have announced a luxury island getaway called Flood Festival, described as an immersive, luxury flood experience on an island. This cryptic announcement has certainly raised eyebrows, with consumers asking questions like,
Look up
"But
the
what
camera.
even is it?"
Check the
And,
doors.
Did you say an island? Leaders shipping out.
Sorry.
The trapped scientists undertaking
Maybe we
a
should play
bold
Five
escape
Nights.
from Dante's Taint have revealed which of their 2 erstwhile leaders will spearhead their journey to freedom. While throughout
So
their careers,
confused.
it's been clear that Doctors Wong and Swarsborg and Horgensford have worked best together. It seems
How do
one
you
of them
say
is now
that
going to be
correctly?
taking a
Swarsborg and Horgenford.
Ingrid has always been the tempered coolant to David's
I got
large-eyed
so
method.
thrown off, but
So
I've
it's no
heard
surprise that with their
Dante's
unexpected
Taint like
turns
20
as the team
times
have
already,
faced,
but I got thrown
they
off
chose her
again.
methodical and effective approach to getting the team home safely. Critics, however, have speculated that her strategy may be delayed.
Yeah, it
as her name
does.
takes much
I'm just
longer
like,
to say.
oh, check the doors, check the doors. Oh, look at the
The
camera.
capital was put on high alert last night after disrupt terrorists set an emblematic fire in the heart of Parliament Park. Violent conflict broke out at the demonstration after a mob of so-called protesters from the radical group launched an unprovoked attack on community cohesion officers in attendance. With the methods of this increasingly violent rabble becoming ever more extreme,
Alright. This stuff is easy. It's when we do the switching camera things is where it's really tough, and obviously censoring at the same time.
Said his men were, and I quote, oiled up and ready for action.
Oiled up?
All this.
Excuse
and I'll
me?
be talking to some people with fascinating medical conditions.
10 minutes until the...
One of the contenders in this year's
Okay.
Feline Football Championship, and her proud owner. That's all up on tonight's National Nightly News.
10 minutes on the broadcast, dude. And back to one.
But first tonight, our team of correspondents has been dispatched to every corner of the country to see how the people of this great nation
Wait, what's
of
Megan
ours
doing over
are
here?
coping with this unprecedented hot
Oh,
weather.
damn, she looks beautiful.
First, let's go to Megan Wolf in Shining-on-Sea to see what the scientific community has to say.
A little too
Megan,
early.
how's the weather there?
It's absolutely glorious, Jeremy. Thank you for asking. I'm here with Dr. Anna Burns of the University of Princeford. Are you enjoying the weather as much as I am?
Oh, yes, it's wonderful, isn't it? My eyelids are sweating.
And you're part of
Making
the
that
team
sound.
carrying out a study into just what's causing this unbelievable heat. Is that right?
Yes, that's correct. Yes, we want to be able to reassure once and for all that there's absolutely nothing to worry about and that they can enjoy their sunstroke and fossil fuels in peace.
You sound very confident about that.
Oh, very much so. I can say without any hesitation, there's really no cause for any concern here. I've actually left my car running.
So tell us about this experiment.
Well, we take data from weather stations from all over the world, along with
What is
atmospheric
going
samples.
on?
Computer, and very soon we'll be getting a high-tech readout of the results.
Maybe that sounds very fancy.
I should just say,
Oh,
none of
that's
this
from the
would be
thing.
possible
Okay.
Without the generous support of Remington's Fist. This is all
Oh,
thanks to
Jesus
their
Christ.
unrivaled investment in our future, and may I just say, complimentary personal anecdote. Oh, here we go.
We're gonna play the Remingtons. We're gonna play the Remingtons this one first.
And, as expected, everything is absolutely fucked. Hang on. This can't be right.
Right, but obviously you said a second ago that everything is absolutely fine, so, you know.
Well, actually, under concern level, it just says, why, God, why?
We should be celebrating these wonderful results, I think.
There we are. We need to evolve gills within 40 years.
You look thirsty.
Here it just says, shit.
Look at you. This is meant to be a celebration. Can't go around looking like that.
Shit,
There you go.
shit,
Much
shit.
better. Can I just say thank you again to Sophia Remington for providing all of this.
Everyone, we don't have long. Time is running
It's
out.
running out. Absolutely right. That is all we have time for.
Abandon hope and return to the forest.
There you are. Enjoy that. I'd like
Oh
to thank
my.
Dr. Burns for just one opinion on the climate.
The sea will reclaim us all.
There you have it, Jeremy. Proof, if proof be need be, that everything is just fine. I'm Megan Wolf, here with science. Back to you.
Megan Wolf there, attempting to do some actual news.
Oh.
Next, let's over to Robin Short, who's in Scritchford with some of the winners of this week's team membership lottery. Robin?
Thanks, Jeremy. I'm here in Scritchford with Gary Failsafe, a janitor at the local school, and Amelia Jackhammer, an aspiring poet. Both of you were drawn at random from those who hold team membership cards to receive this week's amazing prize. How do you feel?
Filled with fervent euphoria.
Yeah, good, yeah.
And all that we had to do was fill in a quick form or two.
Wow,
Okay.
that sounds so convenient. But we're all dying to know, what have you won?
That's right, Robin. I've won dinner with Julius Salisbury at one of the capital's top restaurants.
Ooh, swanky.
And I've been invited to Peter Clement's house to help him dredge the gutter in.
It's like, yeah, well, there's obviously a
Absolutely
gift in the
terrific.
wrapping
You must
paper.
both be over the moon.
There's like a voucher or something in there.
So, can you tell me about the moment when you first heard the news?
Well, I was battling against a particularly difficult floater.
Fuck it.
When the headmaster came and found me.
I was involved in a similarly brutal conflict with a particularly arduous stanza.
So you were both polishing turds?
I don't like to polish them. I like to keep them intact for my collection.
Well, me doing that to the broadcast, it makes it look like I'm calling Jeremy a turd.
Polish turds. I write poetry.
Potato, potato. So, Gary...
Do you think Peter Clements...
Stop. I don't want to come over entitled like a pipe.
There's no harm in asking, I suppose.
Would you like to hear one?
No, thank you. Gary, when you signed up for team membership, was it in hopes of winning the lottery, or were there other reasons?
All right, I'm going to leave it.
I like a flutter, of course, but no, the boss said I had to sign up to keep coming into school.
Very sensible. It's important to know who we're trusting around our children.
Oh, I have an unpublished book of sonnets about children. Perhaps you'd like to hear one.
No!
Or an anthology of haikus on the death of innocence.
I'd rather hear about Gary's turd collection.
Really? I thought you might say that.
Oh. Oh.
Are you all right?
Yes, it's coming. It's inspiration and it's delicious.
Right you are.
Today on the show there's no news. Just a man who keeps multiple poos.
Here,
No.
this big one's my favourite. See how it's fibrous?
Oh
really
my
lovely
God.
texture.
Would you encourage other people to enter for their chance to win?
Well, if it's colour you're looking for, take a gander at old Blue Eyes here.
The national news lost its way when it covered some crap on a tray.
Some of these are quite rare.
Maybe that was unfair.
And that's all we have time for today. Back to you, Jeremy.
Thanks, Robin. What a lucky pair they are. And finally in this segment, it's over to Patrick
All
Bennell,
right, perfect.
who's gone to the smelliest town in the country to see how the
fuck
unprecedented
is he
weather
talking about?
is affecting the locals. Patrick?
Hello there, Jeremy. Hello, yes. I'm here live in Grizzleford, which has recently voted the smelliest town in the country. And I have to say that, you know, in this heat, the smell really is. I mean, it's something.
That's literally farting.
Barry Lardons, mate. You've lived here your whole life. How'd you put up with the stink? You've lived here your
Well,
whole life.
we're just all very proud of our achievement, to be honest with you. You can tell that, look at him, proud as punch. Do you know what it's like, son, being the second smelliest town? No, I don't. Living in the shadow of Arseminster. Those smug fucks. But who's laughing now, eh?
Say what, not me, that's for sure. So what happened, mate?
Right, the good people from
Okay.
Remington's Fist came in and saved the day with their factory.
You're talking, of course, about the newly built flour factory.
Yeah, they gave us this big presentation on jobs and growth. But as soon as we heard about the stench, we paid them whatever they wanted to put it here.
Does the stink not affect your life in every way, Barry? I mean, perhaps if you're filling in a tax return or completing the physical act of love.
It's strong at first, but you get used to it after several weeks of your first bout of sickness. The judges were very impressed.
So, what's sickness?
Oh, that's nothing to worry about. It takes a few minutes before you develop any symptoms. Now, folk
Oh,
are
my.
saying something about the production line and how they dump carcasses directly into the water main, but I think it's probably the few valves on the high.
Is it really hard to do? It can be if you're not good at focusing, especially on stream here. Because when I was getting hit with sound alerts from Subway,
Do they? When was the last time you brushed your teeth, you stinking old tramp?
Our next recording is a period of randomly bursting into song, followed immediately by delusions of grandeur.
Oh, that's not really a problem. It was sung in my life. Hello, it's sexy Patrick Bannon, and he's
Oh, my.
wearing sexy shorts now. Oh my
so
God,
far
look at
I've
me.
only had to deal with
I'm like a
this,
surrogate.
you know, to change the angle,
I should
this
take
to
my
censor.
shirt off.
These are like the volume bars, so you can hear like everything. You can hear the live feed and the broadcast feed. These are the adverts. These I've not yet had to deal with. I just touch them, like I just turn them on for the day.
And the
Oh, absolutely not.
All that's left now are the hallucinations and unconsciousness.
Nana Dottie? Was that you? Why are you made out
Oh,
of
poor
elbows?
Patrick.
You know I don't eat opinions.
Eat? Oh.
Don't worry, folks. Once he
He landed in the
just
poop.
fine. We'll just find a place to stick him where it won't matter how many times he evacuates his bowels. Right, that's all here from Grizzleford, a town that's really making a stink. I'm Barry Lardons. Back to you, Jeremy.
Thanks, Barry. With a naval blockade being set up around our
Alright, there we
coastline
go.
as we speak, when we come back, I'll be talking to 3 members of the general public who appear to be here
Oh
purely
shit,
for medical
okay.
reasons.
We're gonna do
Don't
this.
go
We
away.
wanna do C.
Unless, of course, you've got something better to do. We'll be back after these messages.
This next section features a potentially controversial guest. Advance may request some censorship if he goes too off topic.
Yeah, only swear words.
So far, keeping everyone happy, so let's keep up the good work.
And I can't do this anymore.
You say this every Friday.
I've done something.
Oh, alright, turn up the
What do you mean?
advert.
Sophisticated graphics and breathtaking sound.
These graphics are amazing,
Oh.
Brad. That actually looks a bit like a real.
Wait, it looks like he's jacking.
What a time to be alive. Surely games can't get any better than this. And that sound.
It's like a digital symphony, Brad.
Yeah. Well, it's off now.
Up to 4, Janet. 4 notes at the same time. That's enough for a chord.
But Sophia, surely a home computer entertainment system needs games. Damn straight. And with the
Damn
RS
straight.
Rainbow, there's an incredible 3 of them.
Incredible 3 of them.
Jumping about and or even picking on your friends are incredible. 2-player game fighting. Yes, you heard me.
Exactly.
2 players.
Which is wrong. People's minds should be very much on things.
The RS Rainbow has a luxurious
Please
32K
take your
of
seats as
memory.
quickly as you can.
So you can have whatever game you can dream of. I'm Sophia Remington, and I can't wait to turn on, load up, and
I'm guessing it's gonna stick on 4, 3. Alright.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News with me, your host, Jeremy Donaldson. Later,
Okay.
we'll be talking to the captain of the Territory's first cat football team, Professor Pumpkin. But first, I'm joined by 3 guests with some balmy bodily behaviours. Joining me is a woman who's been hiccuping for over 9 months. Isn't that right, Miss Piercy?
Yes, that's right.
Yes. Tell us, what brought all this on?
Well, it's all a bit of a blur, Jeremy,
There we
to
go.
be totally frank with you. So I was watching your show, and I remember seeing the news about the election, and it hasn't stopped since.
Fascinating stuff. Also here is Frankie Steampipe. Perhaps you could explain to us exactly what your physiological foreboil is.
I'm here to say it's high time people like me were respected. We're constantly overlooked in the workplace, we're whispered about on buses, and we're
There
asked
we go.
politely to leave children's birthday parties. And it's disgusting.
Disgust. Oh. Wait, he smiled. He's smiling.
I'm sorry, my bowels have comic timing.
And finally, I'm joined by a man who answers every question honestly, even when it isn't aimed at him. How do you cope with that, Mr. Truman?
With a combination of booze, self-hatred, and hardcore pornography.
Is that right?
Not according to my therapist.
Well, in that case, let's speak to Rose. Tell me, how does the hiccuping impact you?
I get shushed a lot, which is hard. At work, they've asked me to stop answering the phones. It's really affected my confidence.
Well, I find it really fucking irritating.
Oh, I got it. I got it right there.
Actually, I've been surprised at how much support I've received.
And Frankie, why have you come here today?
Because my wife left me, and I was hoping that the fame would win her back.
We've started a group for people with ailments deemed broadly comical by society. It's called Take Us Seriously.
That's right. And we bloody well mean it.
And who's joined so far?
A bunch of fucking losers.
It's just us so far.
And how much success have you had?
Well, we've seen some real positive changes.
I don't want to toot my own horn, but it's been a runaway success.
Shit all. Not a single person come to our fun run, and all of our leaflets fell in the canal.
Well, Miss Piercy, some
I'm
people
messing
say
up the
your business was
numbers.
actually caused by the shocking events of that night. What do you think?
Exactly.
Mr. Donaldson, that's absolute
Whoa. Oh, she said, "Come now, Mr. Donaldson."
You! I'm sorry, it's very hot. What was I thinking?
that you're a team fuck puppet?
No.
Or a sellout cunt?
Apologies. Just a reminder that he can't help it. And hey, if this isn't live television, then what is it?
Fuckfest of propaganda masquerading as journalism.
Right, Frankie, Rose, tell us, how can the viewers get involved with your cause?
Yes, we're holding a sponsored run in Capital Park next weekend. It's called the No Smiles 13
God damn,
no,
I'm...
it's called the No Laugh Half. What did I say before the show?
That it was the team pulling Jeremy Donaldson's strings.
No, I didn't say.
Wow, we may have to end that there, unfortunately. What a harmless bit of fun.
Oh.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. We demand respect.
Yes, well, later, I'll be talking to Professor Pumpkin, a ginger tabby with a world-class pair of penalty paws. Is that really necessary?
No, it isn't. Let go. Not you.
Did you get arrested again?
Enough!
Oh!
That's enough!
Oh!
Enough!
What are you doing?
Trying not to piss myself.
Alex, cut.
Don't you dare! Don't you fucking dare cut to the ads before I tell you to. Now, you in the broadcast centre, Bozeman's little scapegoat, you listen to me. You cut to the ads before I tell you to, and I will kill every single person in this studio.
What the fuck?
I am thinking about what I'm doing.
Yo!
I've been thinking about it for a long time. We all should be. Christ, it's so fucking hot in here. Do you remember when we used to do the real news? Before it was all lottery winners and bloody cat football? We are on the brink of a siege, the likes of which the world hasn't seen in hundreds of years. The enemy is at the gates, and I'm stuck here talking to these three.
I can't even do it.
I think my hiccups have stopped.
I'm gonna let him swear.
You three, get the fuck out of my studio. Go on, now, go, before I change my mind. Jenny, lock the doors. Jenny, lock the doors.
Yes, Jeremy.
Now. Good. Yes. Now. Good. Right then. Yes. You in the broadcast centre. Alex, you listen to me. You pay attention.
Okay.
Now, I'm sure you've already loaded up exactly what you're going to play in the commercial, but today is going to be a little bit different. Look to your right. Yes, really. Look to your right. There is a VHS tape, and I want you to load it into one of the machines. And when I say so, and not before, you play it. You've got about 15 seconds, so I wouldn't waste any time. Now, all cameras.
I assume you won't be playing that tape. This station does not negotiate with terrorists. I hope I've made myself clear. You seem to know what to do.
Every single thing that comes out of this studio is either one-sided or banal. We're going to show the other side for a bit of fucking balance. Like the good old days. Alex,
Alright.
play the fucking tape. I don't want to hurt any of you.
Yo.
I see anything I don't like, I will not hesitate to start.
You're going to get me in trouble with that. Let's hope you made the right call.
Reset the system for the third segment. I imagine the ratings are going to be through the roof.
That was insane. Alright. My phone is completely full. I gotta pause for a minute. Alright, I gotta pause for a minute, guys, before we get back into this. My phone is dying and is like inbox is completely full, so I just gotta quickly close all of this. You never know who's gonna text me, and you never know if I'm gonna have a family emergency, so it's good to just, you know, make sure everything is not out of the way, but let's just leave it at that because we're almost done.
Crazy. And the team membership card is an ID card, no matter how tempting the prizes are. But who am I to tell you this? A voice from the shadows trying to tell you that everything you know is wrong. Why would you trust a man too scared to show his own face?
Don't switch off.
Oh!
Please, don't switch off.
Alan!
My name is Alan James, and I think that certain rights are worth fighting for. The right to keep the rewards of our own hard work. The right to be kept alive in our dotage.
He doesn't sound like a buffoon here.
Our government without worrying what our children will report to their fellow go-getters. I love this country. It may be what I am, and I'll fight for it. In fact, I'll die for it, if I have to. But I can't do it alone. disrupt a growing movement,
How long?
but we need your help, your support. Please, look for us, find us,
And the studio
and if you
doors
also
will
know
still
in your
locked?
heart that there is something deeply wrong in this country, join
what now?
us. Resist.
I don't know.
Disrupt.
This wasn't what I planned. I mean, some of it was. I had a speech, look. But this was unexpected. This was unexpected.
So what now, Jeremy? So what now,
It
Jeremy?
was supposed to be your day off. It was supposed to be your day off.
Please, don't do any more stupid things today. Please, don't do any more stupid
long?
things today.
How long, Jenny? How
We're
long?
already live. We're already live.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Welcome back to the National. Joining me unexpectedly, for I very much imagine will be my last broadcast, are two new guests. Jenny works here at the National Nightly News, and is someone I consider, well, a friend. Well, and next to her is, what's your name?
Andy.
What's your name? Andy's a policeman. Only we don't call him that anymore. He's a community cohesion official.
Officer.
Sorry?
It's community cohesion officer, CCO.
And how's that feel, Andy? Being rebranded?
It's good. it's not about confrontation anymore. You know, the force had its fair share of problems. The
I don't
team
know.
doesn't have as many.
But it still has some.
Jesus Christ.
Couldn't or wouldn't?
I don't know what you want me to say.
Christ, you're fucking useless, aren't you? We'll come back to you later. Jenny?
There's no sense. There's no sense.
That's perfectly understandable. Who'd want to do this? Jenny, why did you join the National Nightly News team?
I always wanted to work in news.
Yes, but why specifically this program? The National Nightly News.
It was the news everyone trusted.
Was?
Is. Do you really want to quibble semantics at gunpoint?
Is there something else you'd rather discuss?
There is a great big Alan James-sized elephant in the room you seem to be ignoring.
What do you mean?
I saw your face when that hood came down. You didn't know, did you?
It's about the message, not the messenger.
Like I said, you didn't know.
No, I didn't know. The people I met were with, he wasn't there. I didn't know it was Alan James.
I'm sorry, but seriously, Alan fucking James. You're flushing your life down the toilet for... God, I love you, Jeremy, but...
He's a good speaker. He's popular in the country.
That right?
Look, forget Alan James. There is still something deeply wrong.
This is
You
awesome.
know it, Jenny. You know it, Andy. And you at home, you know it too. Meanwhile, I'm interviewing a guest who stinks of shit. Patrick is paddling about in shit.
Doesn't even
And
matter.
Robin is literally interviewing someone who collects the fucking stuff. I mean, it's not sophisticated, but what a metaphor. We are sleepwalking our way into oppression, and the news isn't saying anything. We're not saying anything.
Says who? Alan fucking James.
What are all those scientists working on at Grantham Downs? What are they testing underground at Altergrave? Andy, your turn. Make yourself fucking useful. How many people have you brought in for consultations just because they weren't carrying or didn't have team membership cards?
Oh, well, there's other forms of identification that we will accept.
For how long?
We're just here to help.
Then why do you need these? Not really help when it's offered at gunpoint, is it, Andy? Let me demonstrate it for you.
Oh.
Let me help you. You read these cards with my notes on it, and you'll probably digest a fact.
Oh.
That'd be helpful, wouldn't it, Andy? Knowing a fact?
What? I don't understand.
Do you want my help,
Yes,
Andy?
yes, whatever you say, yes.
Security are here, Jeremy.
Eat it.
What?
Eat the fucking news, Andy, or I'll force it down your fucking throat.
Jeremy, stop.
Go on.
Really?
Eat it. hate it, you fucking bully.
Jeremy, stop! He will kill you. Please, don't make me watch that.
Of course. You're right. Sorry. Sorry, everyone. Sorry, everyone. You can put the card down now, Andy. You can put the card down now. You can go now. You too, Jenny. Fuck off over there. You too, Jenny. Fuck off over there. We're nearly done.
Oh
All
shit.
cameras on me.
Oh no.
This new regime of ours is so seductive. I understand that. But before we all hand off our freedoms, should we ask to whom we're handing them over? Don't you want to know what's being done in your name? How many people were transitioned last month?
I like how I'm doing like
Again!
music video angles for this speech.
Shouldn't someone ask Advance how they plan to deal with this blockade? How many years or months of supplies we have? Why aren't we asking these questions instead of whose shit is this?
That's all completely uncensored.
This is a fucking goalie, for Christ's sake. He's even got the little gloves. Anyway, that's why I arranged for you to see that broadcast in the last break. I didn't know it was going to be him, but I guess that just about sums it up. We are all up Ship Creek with a paddle made of Alan fucking James. Christ, it's also fucking pointless. I was going to quit tonight. Take a holiday. Try something else. Out of the limelight. Maybe try having a relationship. I hear they're nice. Never tried it. I loved the news. And now, well...
Oh no. No.
I tried my best to be honest with you.
Cut the commercial. Cut the
This isn't
commercial.
news anymore. And I'm sorry. I've lost this fight.
Alex, think of the consequences.
I've let you down.
Please, we can't show
All
this.
of you.
Cut to the ads.
My name's Jenny
Now!
Donaldson.
Do it now!
If you can.
What do we do? What do we do, guys?
I envy you.
Nah, I couldn't risk it. Yeah, I was gonna swap. That was way too close. I wanted to swap. I didn't want to risk it. Oh, I picked the propaganda commercial as well. See a man. Oh my god. The achievement I got is see a man's retirement from the newsroom. Oh my god. Is that it though? Technically not negative. Jesus. Let's see the rush from sequence 3, meltdown. I did promise that would be the last one, so it's gonna be the last one because we have been going for
How long?
literally 9 hours.
Jeremy, please.
How long?
17 seconds.
And the studio doors are all still locked?
Yes.
The boiling point.